by Sullivan.
Man.
Jack, you going to miss January this week?
I think I might. February is a slow month. At least January we have something to do.
Yeah. We got Groundhog's Day coming up.
Excited for that.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now, it's 6 more weeks.
It's 6 more
No
weeks.
doubt.
You know what? Whether it is or isn't, spring comes in 6 weeks from the second.
That's true.
That's the way it is. Hey, we're here without Pat Sullivan. We're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. My name's Denny Smith. Awful glad to be here. It has been one hell of a 10 days in Indiana. Allison, did they finally got you plowed out?
Yeah, I would say I stayed. So after the show Saturday, I just went home and I stayed bunkered down for all of the weekend. And then Monday morning, they still hadn't come with the plows. And I'm in Morgan County, so they took a little longer.
Morgan, Tucky.
Yeah, we got 11 inches, I think, is what we got.
Wow.
And thank God my dad had a snowblower, and neighbors had, their tractors and was trying their best. So that we didn't get plows till probably 12:30 Monday.
Oh my gosh,
so worried.
that's too. Well, you were hunkered down anyway,
Yeah.
so
That part wasn't fine. It was. I did have to be in studio though Monday for Hammer and Nigel, so I was a little worried about that.
But you got there.
But we eventually got here safely. Yeah, and I will say, knock on wood, like I did okay in the snow this week. I was,
That's all you can ask. It's a good week.
I feel like I have like chronic shoulder pain right now from hunching over on the steering wheel all week.
The nervousness.
Like a grandma, but other than that.
We call them blue hairs. Okay,
Yeah,
the blue hairs.
Well, here we are.
How about you, Jack? How'd you do?
I did good. So I was at the store on Saturday night. We ended up having to close a little bit early. Nobody was coming in, and some employees were a little cautious about driving home.
Sure.
But then once I got home, I think I stayed home for 2 days.
Oh, good.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Was the store open Sunday and Monday?
It was not open Sunday. It was open for maybe 6 hours on Monday.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Were people still coming in and buying shovels and stuff?
Now, Cicero beat us in sales on Monday.
And for people who don't know, Cicero's a very, very tiny store.
Stocked with all the essentials, though.
That's right.
They are.
We had a lot of snow and a lot of blowing. You know how you can look at bare pavement and a blacktop, you can see bare pavement? And it was after a 10, 11-inch snow up there, and then all of a sudden there was a 3-foot drift. And so there was no way you could drive out. So I went out to fire up the tractor. It's like a 40-horse tractor with a 8-foot snow thrower on the front of it. You hook it up to the PTO. And the electrical system had tripped. The GFI had tripped because I have a block heater. A block heater warms up the tractor, and I was doing everything right the night before, plugged in. And the frickin' GFI had tripped.
It's always something.
It was a cold. It would just say it was a cold start. But then I went from when you use the snow thrower, you've got snow stakes on every side, so you can see where you're going. And it went from absolutely nothing to chowing down on 30 inches of snow, 2.5-foot drifts.
Wow.
It was crazy. So anyway, I was glad when the wind lay down. It was.
I will say though, I think overall, like the city did an okay job plowing. I mean, there's only so much you can do on the highways and the main roads. Obviously, like the back roads.
Going to be much harder to get to.
It was a little struggle.
Hamilton County was awesome. This is my first trip down to Indianapolis, but Hamilton County, I mean, they kept the dome up over Carmel, so there was no snow on there.
Yeah,
but
perfect.
Even Westfield did pretty good, and we could get moving once we got down. But the problem is, a lot of the driveways, we're 400 feet from the street.
You have a long driveway.
I'm so glad I don't have to shovel all that.
Oh, man.
Well, listen, we got a lot of fun for you today. Our In the Weeds is going to be talking about psychic plants. Have you ever heard of psychic plants, Jack?
I have not.
Well, you're going to enjoy this one.
I'm very excited.
A little bit later in the show, we've got Sarah Withrow from Conner Prairie. She is an herbalist. And no, that's not a witch doctor. And that's not a witch. This is somebody who really knows herbs in Indiana. Herbs in Indiana. Anyway, I'm looking forward to being with her. She was going to be in studio, and bless her heart, that's a long drive from Richmond, Indiana. She drives that to Conner Prairie on a regular basis. But I convinced her to stay home. Then Jack's got something. Plant Smarts with Jack. How's that sound good?
It does.
Plant Smarts with Jack.
We got some houseplant info,
title.
but then also we have some bulb info.
Yeah. Some bulb info.
Oh, that's good.
Some spring bulbs.
Yeah, perfect. That'd be really good.
Ready to, wonder what's going to pop up in their yard first. We're all kind of waiting.
Yeah.
So
And Cheryl Smith, the St. Mary's Guild, Hospital Guild, has got a new house now. They're getting ready. That big show's coming up late April, early May. And she's my cousin-in-law, my doofus cousin, is going to be bringing her in. So this will be their first trip to town. Then we're going to have a winter weather quiz. I'm really going to test you guys on your winter weather knowledge and what's going on. Other than that, we can take some phone calls.
Oh, also the return of Craft Corner.
Oh, cool.
It's been a minute. It's been a busy January for us. As a show.
And next week, we're going to be at the suburban home and living thing at Grand Park in Westfield.
Indie Home Show. Yeah, we'll be there for a couple hours. And I believe we have some more tickets to give away today. So we'll
cool. Fun.
In fact, I have 4 tickets to the Decorator Show Home, and I don't know how we do that, Allison. I'm going to pitch them over to you. If we can figure out a way to give them away. That's for the show. In fact, the dates are on there. Allison, what does the date say?
April 23rd through May 10th.
Do you realize that's just a couple months away?
It's crazy.
Thank goodness.
It's 2026, and it's almost February.
I did see something the other day where it said we've already made it through the longest day of the year, or the darkest day of the year.
Yeah, that's December 21st or 22nd.
So there's hope.
You know, that was winter solstice was when I had my first date with Jano. And it was a dark night, but it was a wonderful night, of course.
But with bright company.
With bright company. Well, thanks for the save.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks for the save. So, and listen, we've got plenty to share with you. Jack is in here from Allisonville Home and Garden, and really, he is homegrown and home learned here at Allisonville with plants and gardening and a whole bunch of stuff. So we hope to get our phones moving and taking advantage of Jack while you're in here. So in fact, let me give that out. It's 317-239-9393. 317-239-9393.
You can also text that line as well if you don't want to wait on hold. I have our text thread up as well.
Well, that's wonderful.
But we'd also love to hear from you.
Yes.
Yeah, we would.
Either or.
317-239-9393. You're listening to the Home and Garden Show, brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. It's 844-FIX-INDY, right here on 93 WIBC. 93 WIBC, we're sitting here talking about scam phone calls. My mama, bless her heart, she's going to be 96 years old in a month. And she's taking 17 to 18 scam butthead phone calls from people who are just not. So she's got a recording now. She's always had a recording, but now she listens to it. And so what she does is when she's listening to Judge Judy, she'll answer the phone and just put the phone right down by the speaker on the television. So
they hear Judge Judy.
They hear Judge Judy. But still, 17 to 18. I've put her on the no-call list. I don't know how to get it stopped. But Allison,
like it just comes in waves. I'll stop getting calls for a while. Maybe I'll try to, go put my number on a do not call list.
Yeah.
And then I feel I just continue to get spam and spam.
I have one that calls me during this show every week, and it just says unknown, and I've rejected or whatever, but I can't even block it on my phone.
I'm so tired of you ignoring my calls.
Listen, Ethan, it's been a long week. We got to cut the cord sometime.
Oh, my gosh. I got this.
She wants some separation.
I bought this app called Cloaked, Cloaked, because I was getting so many. And they actually remove you from the databases. But they also notify you. I was expecting a phone call back from a lab. And I didn't get the call. And Cloaked, this app, had spammed it and put it into a spam voicemail. I totally missed the call, so I tried to unblock that from the app. I still like it that they're taking me off these databases. How many databases do you think they've removed on me in 1 month?
Does it tell you?
This is scary. Yes, it will. Yeah, it'll tell you. It's over 600 databases.
What?
I'm thinking, holy crap. And if my mama, again, at 95 and a half, she's got to be on a lot of databases. If she's got that many databases, that's where those spam phone calls are coming.
And it makes me so angry, especially we were talking off air too. There's ways now where people can change your numbers. It looks like a local number.
Right. You can choose what area code you want your number to come from.
Yes, and you can even choose what your caller ID will appear to be. God bless one of my grandma's friends from church recently. She went through this where she got a phone call from the county officers, which that's what it said on her phone. And they did the whole scare tactic of there's, been a warrant for your arrest or you have a fine or something. And they said, if you, hang up, we're going to come and arrest you. That's what it was. And she was panicked. She was by
one
herself.
of my partners at the financial, Edelman Financial, one of those guys got one of those calls.
Oh yeah. And she was, she lives alone. She didn't know what to do. So she just got in her car and they told her to go, buy these gift cards and then to meet her somewhere at the police station. And they ran her around all day.
I feel so bad because I cannot imagine ever thinking that when somebody calls that I need to go out and get a gift card or I'm going to have the police come knock on my door.
Yeah. Well, and the crazy part was her family was worried about her. So they called for a wellness check. So after the end of the day, this had been going on for 12 hours and she finally was like, I have to go home. So she went home and when she pulled in the driveway, she saw the policeman.
Wow.
So then she thought they were coming for her. So she broke down and obviously they all got situated.
That's traumatic.
It's absolutely traumatic. And they and to your point, we were talking off air too about, older people who live by themselves.
Hey, I'm right here. But Jane lives with me.
It's true. People they aren't equipped with technology or they just don't know.
Exactly.
They don't know. And if someone's telling you they're going to come arrest you, you just panic.
You don't know. And they start yelling at you on the phone.
How come they can't catch these people and throw them in the slammer?
It makes me
they're just mean.
Furious.
Oh, my God.
But just a PSA, if you ever do get a call about a warrant for your arrest or a loan or something, hang up, call a family member.
They will never call you to let you know that there's a warrant out for your arrest.
Exactly.
And the excuse is always you missed jury duty or something really stupid. Well, I didn't even get a notice for jury duty.
Or a speeding ticket.
A speeding ticket, exactly right. Allison, this is from my lovely wife, Jane. She goes, thank you, Allison. It was the bright response to a dark night in December. She's your biggest fan,
we love Jane.
All right. So, hey, did anybody see that Catherine O'Hara passed away?
Oh,
I did.
That broke my heart. I still remember her in the back of the U-Haul van with
John Candy.
And he's trying to assuage her in Home Alone, and it was a precious, precious scene. But she was the mother in Home Alone, and I still like to watch that.
She was in
Christmas.
Beetlejuice. She was in, honestly, one of my favorite shows ever, Schitt's Creek. She played probably one of the best characters on television, Moira Rose.
He didn't have a hair on his head, but he was one of the best coaches. And then Lou Holtz, who was with Minnesota, he was with South Carolina, and of course he was with Notre Dame. And he's just been diagnosed with a terminal disease, and he is in hospice now. Oh. And that just broke my heart. But anyway, I send the best out. But you do not want to live in Virginia, and you do not want to live in the Carolinas today. Do you know why?
Is there more snow coming?
Bomb cyclone. I don't even know what the hell it is, but a bomb cyclone sounds like some bad news.
Cyclone?
That's what, yeah. So anyway, some more snow coming in. I did hear that we're going to get snow on Thursday or Friday of this week, but
a lot?
I didn't hear how much. I just heard we're going to get
I'd take another dusting like this.
Dusting, I guess, is fine.
Yeah, and do you guys ever watch...
If we have to take something.
We have to.
Now I know that you work with Hammer and Nigel, so this is really important that you get the correct name of the show. Do you ever watch Pawn Stars?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I know that Hammer would say porn stars, but this is Pawn Stars.
Pawn.
Rick Harrison got remarried. Did you see his bride?
Oh.
Rick Harrison is the proprietor of Gold and Silver. No, that was his father, the old man. He is now he's the second generation.
Right.
And then Corey is the third generation. But the old man passed away. But he got married, and he's like a Bill Belichick. They're marrying these younger women. They're drop-dead, bombshell beautiful. And I think her name's Angie, if I remember right.
Wow.
She used to work at the store, maybe. But anyway, Rick Harrison, 60 years old. What's the matter with men? I don't know. And Belichick, he's getting spanked because they didn't let him in on the first ballot of Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Yeah. Maybe it's jealousy.
What are your thoughts on that?
Beautiful.
About a 60-year-old, well, I guess he's older than that, 72-year-old man marrying a 24-year-old woman? I don't know.
No, I'm sorry. Belichick not getting in the Hall of Fame.
I think it's... I'm sorry. I see what you did there.
Denny's still hung up on the age difference.
Allison, you could have saved me instead of Jane. I think he should be in there. He's won all the Super Bowls. He's done everything right. But he was known as a cheater. And sometimes cheaters, They don't get the.
So I thought I heard
press.
that the big reasoning for him not getting that first, I guess ballot this year was that, I guess the controversy is that his persona, what he does, shouldn't necessarily have an impact, just his coaching record. But I don't know. Is that true?
It's so there was a thing called Spygate where, or Deflategate, whichever you want to
with the
call
football
it.
that was his idea. Yeah.
Where they say him and Tom Brady kind of conspired to deflate the balls a little bit for a game that was colder, so they could grip the balls a little bit.
It was against
better.
the Colts,
right? And so there was one. Ended up being when they were doing this voting, and this guy's name and face is everywhere right now. There was one confident guy in the room who was like, "We should make Bill Belichick wait a year." Just because he did that.
Well,
so
I was a Pete Rose fan.
Kind of funny.
Certainly building up hype for him for next year.
yeah.
But sometimes guys do stupid things, and Pete Rose was betting on the game, and they punished him for his entire lifetime, and then they brought him in posthumously. Where is forgiveness? I mean, Belichick's a jerk. I'll give you that. But this is nonsense, and I feel the same way about Pete Rose.
Well, I saw a lot of people too are questioning if he is a great coach or if he just got lucky with Tom Brady. I have no idea about
wait
football.
A minute. I have no sympathy for him. He hired a lip reader. Yeah. He would go out and scout games, and he did a lot of illegal things. But I don't have any sympathy for him. But I think he should be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Yeah. So jerks win too.
Google him.
Google him.
Exactly.
Google him. All right. When we come back, we are going to be doing In the Weeds. And I have a story to tell you that, Jack, you're going to think that there are plant psychics. You're going to think that so UFOs affecting plants. We're going to deal with that when we come back with In the Weeds. Right now, you're listening to Jack Phipps, the Divine One, Allison Lemons. Terry will be in here in a little bit. Pat's on vacation. My name's Denny Smith. And you're listening to the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC. Pretty bad when you have to introduce your own segment. Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, thank you, Allison. Take it from here.
In the Weeds with Denny Smith.
Well, can we try that again? That was a little bit meek.
I know, it was a little meek. It's still early.
All right.
The coffee's kicking in.
So I heard this story this week about a fella that his name was Cleve Baxter. Does that sound like a modern name? Cleve, C-L-E-V-E, Baxter.
Guy, to quote Pat Sullivan, I'd want to party with.
Cleve Baxter was a guy that did polygraphs. So what do we call him? A polygrapher? And he decided to hook up a plant, and I don't even know what type of plant, to his polygraph machine. Now, this was back in the 1960s. And he started the biggest controversy in plant mystics that I think I have ever read. So I spent the week doing a deep dive on Cleve Baxter.
Little rabbit hole.
Yeah, the rabbit hole indeed. He was really something. Have you ever wondered if your houseplants are watching you, Jack?
I don't know if they're watching. I know they're listening.
Are they judging you?
They're all no. It's a mutual relationship.
It's a mutual relationship. What Clive did, he was a polygrapher, so he hooked up his polygraph machine to one big plant, and then he brought another plant up next to the one that had been hooked up. Okay, it's like putting on an EKG on a plant and then putting it next to him. So what he did so many years ago has been legend forever with scientists, and scientists have tried to duplicate this and do a lot of different things. Here's what he did. He hooked up the polygraph machine, he turned it on. And then he brought another plant over next to the plant that was all wired up, and he just tore the crap out of it. He was breaking off branches. He was pulling the leaves off and grinding them up in his hands, and he literally killed this plant
in front of the other plant.
In front of the other plant.
Massacre.
Yeah. Brutal.
But here's what happened. He photographed all this, and the polygraph machine was going crazy. Like, it was watching this, and it had been dead quiet, and when he started destroying the plant next to it, then the polygraph machine went off.
He was horrified.
Yeah, I know.
These monsters.
This is where things get kind of spicy. Baxter repeatedly and reportedly thought about burning the plant with a match.
Oh, God.
And the needle jumped
Sounds like he
just
needs help.
thinking about. Now, here's the thing.
This is
He was
torture.
just thinking about putting a lighter or a match to the other plant, and the needle jumped all over. So this started a whole bunch of stuff. From there, the story snowballs. Plants reacting when people enter the room. People or plants reacting when you sing to them. Have you seen these
Oh,
experiments?
yes.
Yeah.
I've seen those,
Or play
Those
music.
have been duplicated, that when you sing to your plant, it does live longer and better and is vibrant. But that's due to a lot of reasons and not necessarily your beautiful voice, Allison. But anyway, it blew up. This was a 1973 bestseller book. I read part of this book, The Secret Life of Plants. And what they did is they anthropomorphized. Anthropomorphize means you make something that is not human. You anthropomorphize it. You make it like us. So the message to America was pretty clear at the time. Talk to your plants, sing to your plants, love your plants, and maybe don't yell at them during the Colts games. Okay, sort of like that.
Yeah.
But people love the idea, and it started this whole thing back in the 60s. My grandma sang to the Christmas cactus. My mom, used to speak to the cactuses.
Sure.
But here's the problem. Baxter's experiment was not sound. And because the adherence of the pads that we would put like in a specific place on our chest with the wiring and the dynamics there, it really wasn't the appropriate attachment to a plant. And so scientifically, he had the wrong tool for the job. He might be right still. He's dead and gone on to the plants in the sky. But the jumping needle about fear has always stayed. And the polygraphers will tell you that if you get a jumping needle, you've hit who's ever hooked up, you've hit a spot. I mean, you've hit something and the guy's nervous about or the lady's nervous about. But anyway, he had what was known as observer bias. He was wanting to make something out of this.
Yeah.
But this legend, I mean, think how long ago. That was 1967, 63, or 67. Think how long ago that was. That's over 50 years ago, and it still lives on. But they have tried everything. The nuance of plant morphology is still unclear. But whether or not, Jack, do you think plants can listen to us? Do you think they?
I think in a different sense, they're listening to us. They obviously aren't taking in audio cues, but I know plants do communicate in different ways.
Okay. Do you apologize to your spider plant when you forget to water it?
Not once.
And it's remembered that.
Our plants are something special.
They
I
do.
don't want to.
They'll hold a grudge.
Anyway, if you want to have fun with this, look up Cleve, Cleve, Baxter, and Baxter is Backster. But I had fun researching this guy.
Yeah, that's.
I'm going to have to look that book up.
Yeah, and the book. What was the name of that book?
Secret Life of Plants.
The Secret Life of Plants. It is really something.
I believe that. I saw a documentary one time where it talked about how mushrooms and fungi and like the
mycelium.
where they communicate with each other in the wild.
That is true.
Yeah.
I think, how do
They have like
all-
a network of like signals underground, and they send them to each other to basically say, food's over here, or
Or trees even communicate with each other.
Yeah.
They'll, send stress signals if something's happening to them. They'll kind of send out a warning to the others.
It's crazy.
Doesn't that make you feel insignificant?
It does.
What about mushroom soil? Is that? Do they still make mushroom soil for you all to sell?
Oh, it's so popular.
People love it. It's basically just composted organic material that's not.
But here's the thing
manure.
about that. If you do the research on it, it is supposed to communicate with the seed from the time it germinates to the time that it blooms and blossoms and goes on. So there's something, it's probably Cleve Baxter. He's probably started all this crap. But mushroom soil is supposed to be sort of, super spooky. I don't know. Have you used it?
I have. I really will just use any open bag, torn bag we have available.
free.
But
And you tear them in the morning, and then, that didn't sell. I'll have to take out.
8 bags of black mulch. What a shame.
Take care of your plants. Enjoy them. They are the best companions you could possibly want. And
Don't light them on fire.
No, but the needle spiked. And now,
that's
how
wild.
did he make that happen? See, that could have happened.
No, I believe it. I believe it.
Don't whisper apologies to your spider plant, Jack. It's a beautiful plant. It doesn't need that. So if you've got any ideas, by the way, I got this idea from a listener who said, what do you know about Cleve Baxter? And so I wrote back, nothing. What do you know? And they said, do some research. So I did some research.
It was from Cleve himself.
No, back from the
From
dead.
beyond.
From beyond.
How to tell if your houseplant is alive, dormant, or just quietly judging you. Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
I do not want to hear what my past plants would want to say about me. That's for sure.
I have been doing a little bit of research on getting your house wired up for intelligent, so you can communicate with it through your phone.
Oh, sure. Like
whether it's
smart
smart
house,
yeah,
AI
smart house.
stuff.
Have you ever done any of that, Jack?
No.
No.
I house sat one time, and they had everything hooked up to like Google. So it's like you go in the room, you say, Google, turn on lights, Google, do this. I felt like a crazy person. I couldn't figure out how to do it. And then when I would say, I'm just walking around, I was like, Google, help,
Google,
help.
can you hear me?
Have you done that? Wait a minute. I got to turn my phone off. Have you ever done that with Siri?
Yeah.
I was
disabled Siri. We got into too many arguments.
But when I'm driving, it's real easy. Yeah. Hey Siri, send a text message.
The only thing
I'm looking at my phone to make sure it's not doing it.
You just did that for everybody listening too.
Yeah.
I just do it when I'm doing a timer because I can set a timer and then give it a label. So usually,
yeah,
like
that's
if
a
I'm
good idea.
making dinner, multiple timers.
Have you done
The only reason.
Have you done Hey Siri, remind me at such and such a time? Well, essentially set an alarm. Have
I
you done
should,
that?
but no.
I've had friends do that to each other's phones where they like set a timer for, 10 weeks at 2 a.m., just to kind of mess with the other person. So
In 10 weeks at 2 a.m.
10 weeks, wake up.
Yeah.
That's mean, Allison.
I didn't say I did it.
I didn't say
I just witnessed it.
Well, anyway,
I'm part of the problem, I guess.
I am interested in the technology because there's a lot of things by the way, my baby boy is going to be 50 years old. Happy birthday.
Congratulations.
Happy
Andy.
birthday, Andy Paul. That is going to be the day after Groundhog Day. I was so afraid he's going to be a groundhog baby. But anyway, he came out looking like a lizard, and he's been doing fine ever since. I can't remember what that's called when they come out of the birth. Mercurium. Essentially, they blast out. Maybe it's a bowel movement or something during the birth process. He had this gunk all over him. I thought that's just perfect for a plumber, My son comes out covered in sewage,
Yeah.
So we spent a little bit of time cleaning him up. But that first day with that child. That was one of the greatest days of my life, I brushed his hair,
Oh,
The
yeah.
nurses would come. He was in one of those NICU units. We called it an incubator at the time because he had aspirated some of that stuff. And they were just going, oh, he's so cute. He looks a little bit like you. They were such suck-ups, but I was buying everything.
That's exactly why they're there.
That's exactly why they're there. But anyway, happy birthday, Tommy Hetty. Tommy Hetty is a kid from the neighborhood. He's the one that sends all the dumb dad jokes. I'm sure I could look at my phone right now and find
love a good dad joke.
Dumb dad jokes. Happy birthday. 69 years old from the old neighborhood. Tommy Hetty, happy birthday. I guess that's it. I want to say congratulations to Dr. Robert McAllister, who has just completed 42 years of practice as a dermatologist. Thursday was his last day. He popped his last pimple, or he froze his last melanoma, or his carcinoma. But what a career! A good kid. Good kid. Anyway, last
God
day.
bless
for
him.
All right. You need to help us out here. How about some phone calls? 317-239-9393. 317-239-9393. Again, at the top of the hour, we're going to have a herbalist. Everything you ever wanted to know about herbs right here in Indiana and how they can help you. And we're not talking about St. John's wort. Everybody knows about St. John's wort. That's one we do. But what about catmint? What about all these different herbs? We're going to have a real pro coming up at 10 o'clock. I hope you'll join us for that. But right now, give us a phone call, 317-239-9393, 317-239-9393, right here on 93 WIBC. My favorite songs ever. The singer was
Let's all
Israel.
just pretend we're somewhere else right now.
Oh, yeah. He was from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
He weighed about 700 pounds, I believe, but the sweetest voice and the sweetest ukulele. I think Kamakaru, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, but he was known as I-Z, and this was one of his favorite numbers. He was a treasure to the Hawaiians. And at his funeral, have you ever seen his funeral?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
They all came out in their boats, and they threw the flowers, and of course his ashes were right there in that one bay where he liked to hang out and sing. But you look up Israel and Somewhere Over the Rainbow, you'll have one of the best songs you've ever heard in your life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have been told that Winnie the Pooh is no longer protected by trademarks or copyrights.
Wow.
And that the same thing has now happened to the first Mickey Mouse video or movie, which was Steamboat Willie. And the only reason I picked it up was Steamboat Willie is now being used in one of the legal...
Morgan and Morgan,
Morgan
right?
and Morgan,
Yep.
okay. The reason they got away with this is that is now public domain. And you can use any of those. I don't know if it's 75 years, 100 years. I don't know how many years it is.
75.
But anyway, these things are going to start being pirated, and it's going to break my heart to see Winnie the Pooh getting... I don't want him to do that to Winnie.
But you have to be careful because I looked it up, and so it's the original 1926 book character. But if you use Disney's version, which is Winnie the Pooh with the red shirt on it, that's still Disney property. So make sure you got a naked Winnie the Pooh.
Interesting.
Otherwise, you could be sued.
That is porn stars right there. Oh
I
my
Or
love
God.
maybe
Winnie
a
the
blue
Pooh.
shirt, not a
Yes.
red shirt.
Now,
Yeah, exactly.
we off air, Jack and I just learned how to tell the difference between Chip and Dale. Allison, how do you tell the difference between the two chipmunks?
Yeah, Dale has the little red nose.
See, I never knew
I never
that.
would have noticed unless
And
I'm
he has
looking
a little more spaced out teeth, if you notice, too.
a little
Oh.
gap too.
Yeah, yeah.
Chipmunk teeth.
I was definitely a Disney kid growing up.
Anyway, one of my favorite, Loggins and Messina. Before they were famous, Kenny Loggins wrote Winnie the Pooh, that Winnie the Pooh song.
Oh, he did?
And I have one of the
Man,
videos.
what can he do?
Yeah, right.
He can do a lot of things. And he did, Footloose. Think
Yeah.
of all the
Did it the Top Gun song?
Yeah, that's it. But anyway, he started off with Winnie the Pooh, and he introduced his cohort. They were just playing in bars and stuff, and he'd written this song, but they recorded this, and he says, I want to introduce you to somebody that helps him play the guitar, Jimmy Messina. And he called him Jimmy, and I'm going, I never heard him called Jimmy Messina.
Wow.
But anyway, they played together. If you get a chance on YouTube, look up Winnie the Pooh with Loggins and Messina, the original that was cut out. But I don't want to see anything happen to Winnie.
Oh, no, I don't
No.
either. People love Winnie. If anything, they'll...
I did see a trailer online for a horror Winnie the Pooh movie.
No.
I think as soon as people that have the availability to use that
Why?
character, they're ready to hop right on it.
Why? The reason we got on the subject, by the way, off air was because Disney... Pat and his family were down at Disney World this week, and he sent us some pictures of his little 1-year-old grandson, who's a little ginger, walking around with Chip and Dale,
red
which is
hair
really
to
cute.
boot. But he came out of this place, and Arden was right there in front of him. But he had Chip on one hand and Dale on the other
Yeah, it was
hand.
very cute.
It's a
And then
kid's
yes, and then he let go and he turned around. And he gave one of them a hug. I don't know whether it was red nose or not, but it was. Anyway,
Do you remember those Disney brunches? You could go have a character breakfast.
Oh yeah, I have
love
a
a
vivid
Mickey
remember.
Mouse waffle.
Oh yeah, Mickey Mouse waffle, and then have the characters come up to you and take
Did
pictures.
you not ever go? You've been to Disney, I'm sure, with
I
your kids.
went on a cruise once, and when they bring the kids French fries, the grandkids French fries, they would take the ketchup bottle and they'd make a great big circle of ketchup, and then they'd put a little ear on one side, a little ear on the other
that's
side.
cute.
And that's how they did their ketchup. But yeah.
That's a little different than
That's why
That's
Disney's
a really
so
sad
fun.
character breakfast.
It
though.
is.
We went to the ones where it's I'm sure you're talking about the same
Like-
thing, where you get to have like breakfast or brunch, and then the characters come to your table.
Like
and
all
you
of a
get to-
sudden, like Mickey's walking up with Goofy, and
Oh,
then,
yeah.
Snow White's right behind
I
you.
have a vivid memory when I was probably 5 of doing the Winnie the Pooh breakfast. And,
Oh, yeah.
Winnie the Pooh coming up.
So how long has it been since you've been to Disney?
A couple years. I went a couple years ago when Epcot does their big flower show. So I went out a couple years ago, and I think I shared pictures on our Facebook page several years ago. But they do topiaries of all the Disney characters and stuff.
Were you doing the Home and Garden show at that point?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
cool.
That was my excuse for going. It's like, oh, I'm doing it for work.
Yeah, it's a work thing.
But, yeah. But I
right,
didn't
so
get comped at all, but it's fine.
Which of the parks do you like the best? Do you like the Epcot? Do you like the Kingdom? Which one do you like?
I will say Magic Kingdom is like the original, so
That's all
hard
the
to beat.
story rides, too,
Yeah,
right?
all the story rides, all the original characters. But Animal Kingdom is so cool.
They keep
that
developing
mountain ride,
also. They just-
Everest.
Yeah, and they have the whole Avatar world now, which is insane. It truly feels like you're on a movie set.
See, I haven't been to Disney. I said 15, but now thinking about it, it's been at least 20 years since I've been.
Oh,
Jack,
wow.
You and I are going to have to go.
Yeah,
You know,
let's-
they just have
I'll
to-
be your guide.
Please.
we took a Disney cruise once, and that is wonderful. It has all the varieties, something for kids, something for adults. They have a stage show every night, but you get to stop off at this private island.
Oh, that's nice.
And that was really, really cool just to have the whole day to be sitting out there.
I went to did my first cruise actually this time last year, and
Yeah?
I think I need to try it again because it was not a great experience. First off, I think I did it wrong because it was in January. And we did one of the cheaper cruises, which was
Is it an
probably
Alaskan
also
cruise?
no, it was Carnival.
Where'd you go?
Glory. We went to one. What's that island? What starts with an N? Nava. Not Nas. I don't know. It's a very touristy. Like as soon as you got off the boat, there are like people.
Nassau.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yes. But it was so cold. It was when it was snowing in Florida.
Oh my God.
So
So-
how would you know? That you're
That's
Exactly.
gamble
That's
when
just
you
a
go.
roll of the dice, Allison.
And so also but the boat was moving a lot too because of the wind.
Yeah.
And I'm really sensitive to motion sickness, so I was paranoid. So I kept taking Dramamine, but Dramamine makes you sleepy.
Sleepy.
So I was
It
just
knocks
sleepy
me
and
out.
cold for
Oh,
like 3
Allison.
days, and I was
sleepy,
like,
cold, and nauseous.
yeah, exactly.
Well, Allison gets cold in the studio. She
It's
normally
true.
comes here with a blanket and a hoodie.
I have one on my lap right
Yeah,
now.
I was just gonna say.
Oh my gosh.
So anyway, I think I need to retry a cruise maybe in the springtime.
Just don't sign up for the SS Fungus, okay?
Ugh.
Look for like a Norwegian cruise. Look for one of the.
Well, after I watched that documentary on Netflix, did you guys watch the poop cruise?
I was just gonna say, have you seen that? Oh,
No.
that was literally the ship we were on.
I would hate. It's
Was
a-
that the that
Carnival?
Carnival ship cruise? Yeah, but they were stranded. This
what a
in the
nightmare.
and everyone obviously was going to the bathroom and
You know,
not being human and
the plumbing
Oh.
systems on those, there's very little gravity. It's all pressurized,
Mhm.
either vacuum or pressurized. So anything that moves in a ship is done with a motor. And if those motors fail,
yeah.
you're out of luck.
Well, and they
And-
were giving people bags to go into, and people were refusing to do the bags, so they were doing it
they
in
wanted
other
everybody
places.
to gather their bags in the hallway, like
Yeah.
in one spot.
Jack,
No,
are you
it's
kidding me?
oh no, but people didn't want to do that, and so
This
they were
sounds
doing
like
it other
the-
places,
this
and it
sounds
was
like the-
backing up into the system.
This sounds like the Black Plague. Dead people, put your dead people
That's
in the
exa-
hole.
they
I'm
said
not
peop-
joking. It was 21st century Black Plague.
People are going in their showers and then in their tubs, and then when the ship was rocking, at one
and
point,
people couldn't breathe because of it. It stunk so bad. So people
Ugh.
were taking their mattresses and
Allison-
putting it on the deck, and everyone was sleeping and making forts. If you haven't seen this documentary,
You need
it's
to.
on Netflix called Poop Cruise.
And you went on this
45 minutes.
And you were on this ship?
the
this
same
type, of ship.
ship.
Yeah, not this ship. Oh,
Okay.
I wouldn't be here today.
No, she's featured in that film like for 10 minutes.
But this is back in like 2013. But yeah, they did a documentary about it. It's only 45 minutes. Watch it if you have something to scare yourself.
All
with.
right. Well, coming up, if you've ever wondered about
Anyway.
herbs and how you can use them,
Herbs.
maybe your steamship is stopped up, and maybe some herbs will help you. We're going to
good
have an
segue.
expert. Yeah. Sarah Withrow is going to join us, and I hope she's not listening right now. She's out east in Indiana. Maybe the signal doesn't go out that far because we're probably scaring her to death right now. But Sarah Withrow, she served, 30 years at Conner Prairie. I heard her at a Master Gardener program, and she's absolutely excellent. She's going to join us here. If you've got questions about herbs, maybe some that you've grown or some that you've used, or maybe you need a solution to something that might be outside medicine, you give us a call. 317-239-9393. 317-239-9393. 317-239-9393. And here's Jared. Hey, buddy, how are you? It's so much different. What a difference a week makes. Remember what happened last week? I saw you bring it in your sleeping bag.
Yeah, thanks, Jarrett. How did the newsroom survive this week? Did you guys do okay? Oh,
So what'd you do for food? You know, you were here for 24 hours. Did you go over to the living room lounge? Did you go down to the corner? Did you have call-in? How'd you get to eat? I hope you didn't eat all
You
the
rummaged through
Chick-fil-A
everyone's
left.
drawers.
Whatever was left here.
Did you have to shovel snow at all back home? Okay.
Are you in an apartment? Okay.
Yeah.
That is the one good thing about being in an apartment.
I was so
That's
mad.
the only good thing.
On on Monday, I dug myself out for like 2 hours, and I live in an apartment. Me and the wife. And then I went back inside. It was about 3 p.m. I came back out at 5. The apartment did everyone else's cars. I was so mad. I was like, I tried to
Jared,
be a
did
good
they do
human.
your
They could have
cars?
at least let you know.
Yeah.
In the wrong place.
Oh, there's a couple downtown here I've noticed that are they're still covered.
Well, Jarrett, do you get to go home at a regular time tonight? Today? Good. Good to have you. We'll talk to you at about 11 o'clock, okay? All right, brother.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys. But really, the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools, power tools.
I don't think I've ever heard Ethan sing, but he was singing the song while we were coming back. Hey, my name's Denny Smith. It's the Home and Garden Show. Pat Sullivan's on vacation, which means I get to reach out to people and invite them to the show. And one of the people that I got to reach out to was Sarah Withrow. She's an herbalist from Conner Prairie. Before we get to Sarah, remember that we are brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire and rain, you name it, whether it's James Taylor or whatever, 844-FIX-INDY is your number, whether it's storm coverage or whatever. But now we get to talk to Sarah Withrow. Sarah, how are you?
I'm doing great, thank you.
I got a chance to watch a video of you at the Master Gardener annual or monthly meeting last year, and I was absolutely spellbound by the stuff that you were talking about. And for our listeners, if you've ever walked past a plant and thought that's either a weed or it's planting something, this segment is for you. Sarah has spent 30 years at Conner Prairie studying and teaching herbalism, which I didn't even know was a word, but herbalism. So basically, she knows more about Indiana plants than the rest of us combined without Googling it. So Sarah, for people who hear the word herbalist and picture candles and chanting or something sold on late night cable, what do you really do?
Well, at Conner Prairie, because remember, we're looking back about 200 years, I really talk a lot more about mother's medicines because they didn't have access to all the vaccines and the medications over the counter that we have today. So what did they do? And mothers were responsible for the health of their children. And so they made use of things that had been passed down to them from their mothers and their grandmothers, many of the things which had come from actually over in the old country. So just adjusting to the herbs and the plants that are found here in what was then just Indiana. So
all right, so it's a little less magic potion stuff and more Walgreens before Walgreens existed. Mom was in charge of finding it, right?
And a lot of it is maybe what many of us did. Of course, I'm older, but many of us did when we were children and we were out playing in the woods or in the field. And you find a plant and, you had been told which ones definitely not to touch and which ones not to taste. But other ones you might stick it in your mouth and give it a taste and see what it was like. So it was kind of...
I got to hang out with you. When I was a Boy Scout, what I always remembered is that stinging nettles, which is a nasty plant, always grew where jewelweed grew. So if you got into stinging nettles, right next door, you could get some jewelweed, rub your hands, mush it all up and run it where you had the stinging nettles. Just walking with plants in Indiana, people walk past things every day that actually have a history of real use. Can you give us some of those?
Dandelions. Everyone's wanting to get them out of their yard, but they are full of vitamin A, and you can use the entire plant. Typically, you're not going to use the stem. However, they have found that milky stuff in the stem is a little bit of a, what do I want to say, a rubberish kind of material. But you can eat the blossoms and make wonderful fritters. You can, of course, make dandelion wine. You can.
Whoa. Have you made dandelion wine?
I have not, but I am really tempted, and I think my dad tried it once.
You know, dandelion is also used as a liver cleanse. The generation to the right of me, which would be Allison and Jack, their generation discovered that if they drink too much, if they use some sort of ground potion of dandelion, their liver does not suffer as much as their head.
Yes, it's a great diuretic.
A diuretic, too. Now, that means it makes you pee?
Yes, a lot.
Oh.
I was wondering that because a couple of months ago, we actually tried dandelion tea, remember, at Sullivan's?
Oh, yes, I do remember that.
So
now.
what is the benefit to dandelions?
Yeah.
It just helps to cleanse the liver and to help cleanse out the system.
Wow.
There are lots of plants that are similar to that. I remember growing up that things like rhubarb, my grandmother always called it what did she say? It was a spring tonic. And she said that you would eat plenty of rhubarb and it would help to cleanse the system. And what it's doing is it's washing out everything, all the bile that has been building up in your system over the winter months.
Now, Sarah, I've had raw rhubarb and it would gag a maggot.
So would rhubarb pie work?
Yeah, I was going to say it's going to take a quart of sugar to make it taste good.
Well, and that's true, but there are other ways to take it. Oftentimes at work, we will make a rhubarb shrub, and a shrub is not a bush, but it is a wonderful drink that is what probably would have been referred to presently as a Gatorade.
Oh, really?
Wow.
Yes, it's made with apple cider vinegar. Typically, there are many, many ways to make it now, but used with apple cider vinegar, and you allow the material that you're using to set in it for anywhere from a day to a week to a month.
That's some serious hooch there, Sarah. Oh, my goodness.
What's that?
I said, that's some pretty serious hooch. Apple cider vinegar. I remember my grandma trying to take some of that every morning. So.
Oh, yeah. I've heard that for generations.
But
all right.
Sweeten it up.
Yeah, Sarah, we're going to hold you on for another segment, but I've got a quick question for you. They always say that marijuana is a gateway drug. Okay.
Okay.
What is the gateway herb? You know, the one that
you
says
just answered your own question.
you don't have to move off the grid to learn this. Are there gateway herbs?
Oh, I think depending on which way you want to go, there are things like peppermint that people enjoy, lemon balm, things that people like to use as teas. And we use so many teas on a daily basis, so many people. And a tea is actually made with the tea leaf from the tea plant. We in Conner Prairie refer to them as tisanes or tisane when they are made with leaves or flowers of herbs and plants that grow around without tea leaves.
The voice you were hearing is Sarah Withrow. She's an herbalist from Conner Prairie. Sarah, can you hang online? We've got to pay some bills here with some spots, but I've got some more questions for you. Can you hang on a little bit longer?
Sure will.
That sounds good. That's Sarah Withrow, the herbalist from Conner Prairie. You're listening to the Home and Garden Show. If you have a question for Sarah, the number is 317-239-9393, right here on 93 WIBC. It's the Home and Garden Show. My name's Denny Smith. Jack Phipps is in. Allison Lemons is in. Terry will be in here in a little bit. But online with us right now, oh, and by the way, we are brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements, life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. It's 844-FIXED-INDY. And on the line with us today, all the way from over in Richmond, Indiana, somebody that drives all the way to Conner Prairie several times a week. She's an herbalist. Her name is Sarah Withrow. Sarah, thanks for hanging on with us through that break. But for someone who's curious but cautious, what's the best way for people to start using herbs at home?
I think that's an excellent question because herbs are a medicine. Yes, we use them in our food daily for taste, for flavors, but when taken in more intense amounts, they are definitely a medicine. So you want to begin first, if you are on any medication, to either Google check or find a Materia Medica book to see what kind of conflicts there might be. Start small and start by addressing a symptom. It's not like medicine you buy over the counter that attacks one specific thing, but it's going to work with many things within your system. And you need to slowly build that up within your system. But don't take the approach that if a little bit is good, more is better, because that's not true. Many herbs can be dangerous. So it's very important that you really thoroughly check what you're taking before you start using it.
All right.
I would suggest that you start with external applications such as a salve or an oil before you start taking things internally.
What is the biggest misconception you hear about herbal remedies?
They're safe. Everybody thinks everything is safe, and you can take it as much and as often as you want, and many different ones. And I think that's the scary part: is they can actually be lethal.
Oh wow!
So, you've got digitalis maybe growing in the garden because you've got beautiful flowers, and digitalis is presently used as a heart medication. So you think, oh, well, then I can turn this into a tea and start drinking this, and it's going to make my heart stronger. Well, it can kill you. Things such as comfrey, it is great to use externally, and they have found that if you take it internally, it actually has something that will build up within your system that can knock out your liver. So it's just important that you do some pretty thorough research before you start just going out picking things and making them into teas or making them into tinctures or elixirs or oxymels. Those are all things that are taken internally.
Sarah,
there are many things. Yes.
No, I was just going to say we live in a world where people will trust a stranger on social media.
Oh, yeah.
More than a plant that's been studied for 300 years. It's natural. It's always safe. But you make a good point. When I heard you speak, you say, look, I'm not a physician. You need to realize that this is about herbs. At Conner Prairie, you're surrounded by history. What did the Indiana settlers rely on most when it came to medicinal plants?
It depends on what the ailment is. For example, if you've gotten a cut and you're bleeding and it's not stopping, then you go find yarrow. And yarrow leaf, when rubbed across a cut, will stop the bleeding. You can also harvest that and dry it, make it into a powder to use for bloody noses for children.
Oh my goodness! I don't even know what yarrow is. Jack, do you know what yarrow? Jack, we have a
nice
plant
little
expert.
Blooming perennial.
Well, blooming perennial.
It is, and the white yarrow is native, and it has been. We have a beautiful pink yarrow at work. But yellow yarrow is what you find most often at the garden centers, and that one has been hybridized. It's taller, it's fuller, it's much larger. The pink sits low to the ground and has a very small flower, and the white is just very, almost lacy. It's so long-legged but sparse on the flowers.
It's got a really nice, wild, natural look to it.
It looks wild. It probably do. Is there a historical remedy that actually holds up today, Sarah? One that makes you think, wow, we've come a long way?
When you say holds up.
One that would still be used today. I'm thinking of St. John's wort, and I hear, everything about people who are feeling blue or under the cloudy situation. But there's probably more than St. John's wort. Are there some that are still used today and held up today?
Well, things like plantain, which is what people think of as a weed, is an incredible plant. You can rub it on the skin to repel insects. You rub it on insect bites to take the sting away, or a bee sting, take the sting away. It's the flower seeds can be made into a actual flour that you can use for baking. It just has an incredible number of uses. I think things like sage is really nice because it's an anti-inflammatory, antibacterial, antiviral. It's good for throats if you have a sore throat. And that's another thing, that if you have an ailment such as a sore throat, that's where you treat with herbs. You don't treat the whole system, but you take something like a tea, or a tea with a lot of honey that's going to coat the throat. Lavender is a big one because it's used everywhere, but it can also relieve the itch of an insect bite. What I like to do is I have a small little pillow that's filled with hops and lavender, and I stick it inside my pillow, and then when I'm restless at night, it releases those oils, and it just helps you to fall asleep.
That's a good idea.
Really cool.
You're amazing. After 30 years, what's the plant you think is most misunderstood?
Oh, boy, that's a good question.
All right, so I'll try another one here. This is a little bit easier. How in the world did you get into this? I mean, a lot of people might consider this witchcraft or just weird stuff, but this is really pretty exciting. How did you get into it?
I grew up on the family farm, but it's within the city limits. And so I was free to go any place that I wanted to go. And so I would taste different things that I knew were safe to taste. And that's probably where it started. But then I've actually been at Conner Prairie almost 42 years. And about 30 years ago, I was scheduled to work in an herb garden with a woman named Betsy Gerard. And she had lots of folklore about herbs, and I just found it fascinating. And that's what hooked me and pulled me down into that rabbit hole. And so it's just one of those things I've kept learning and kept trying and kept experimenting and kept reading. And I probably have more books on herbs than anyone should have.
That's pretty cool. Sarah Withrow joins us from Conner Prairie. Actually, she's not in Conner Prairie today, but she deals with herbs there and what we'll call maybe non-traditional type medicine. All right, last question, Sarah. What's your personal desert island herb? The one you'd keep with you if you only had one to keep. Which one would you keep? This is a woman who has a lot of herbs, and she doesn't want to give them all up.
Yeah.
They're all close to her heart.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Just one?
All right. So let me take a different take on this. If you could ban one plant myth forever that people have, about plants, the myth, which myth would you ban forever? Oh, come on, Sarah. I'm not this good. Okay.
The myth, there's an old wives' tale that that parsley has to go to the devil 7 times to ask permission to grow.
Oh, that's funny.
So basically, it's telling you that it's a really hard one to grow from seed. But you can grow it from seed. And parsley is a wonderful, wonderful herb, is what I'll call it. Lots of times you'll have that parsley laying on your plate when you go to a fancy place to eat.
Yeah.
And it's for a purpose. It's there to help cleanse the palate and to freshen the breath after you've eaten a meal.
Just after Christmas, we had a mint that we had something for bad breath. I can't remember what the name was, but it was parsley and parsley seeds and sesame seeds that were surrounded by a mint. And the idea was to put it in your mouth and, get all the mint off and then swallow it. And it was supposed to help. Oh, here we go. It's called Zellman's, Sarah, Minty Mouth. And it had, the formula was peppermint on the outside, but it had sesame seeds. Allison just pulled that out of her purse.
Parsley, it has a parsley oil.
Parsley oil and sesame seeds, and it was for bad breath. And Allison's carrying it around in her purse. So
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so there we go. Oh, Sarah.
It's like a pastille.
Exactly.
Okay. Hey, listen,
It'll
you
help
have
you take
you
care
have
of
been a
eating it.
delight. If people would like more information about herbalism, where do you direct them?
Oh my goodness, I would look to see if Conner Prairie is offering any classes, which would be great. And then also in Indianapolis, I know that there are some licensed herbalists in the area. And I think if you can look those up and talk to those people, they would be able to get you started. But there's some excellent books out there. But make sure that you're not using just one. Make sure that you compare several, because some of them are going to be much older and have information that's not up to date.
You are the best, young lady. I really appreciate you. What I want to get you back for someday is you are the 6th generation in the same house. Did I get that right?
5th generation.
Fifth
yes.
generation. Still a lot of generations in the same house. One of these days, I'm going to call you and say, let's talk about the drama of living in a 5th generation house. How does that sound?
I'm dealing with one of those this week.
I bet you are. Well, Sarah Withrow, thank you very much. You're a lady and a scholar, and we sure appreciate you sharing things of which we have no knowledge whatsoever. That was just really fun. So thanks for joining us, okay?
Thank you so much.
You bet. That was Sarah Withrow from Conner Prairie. If you've not been to Conner Prairie, what a delight. Really, really neat place. Hey, we're going to be coming back. We've got some fun facts with Jack. Jack is... I don't even know. We call you an herbalist? What do we call you over? Just a plant specialist?
Plant icon.
I like.
Oh, I like that.
that.
There we go. The plant icon, all the way from Allisonville Home and Garden. But we're going to do some plant smarts with Jack when we come back. I think I saw Terry Stacy walking in, and have a little bit of Terry in here too. You're listening to the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC. Well, we are now complete. The Hall of Famer, Terry Lynn Stacy, has arrived in studio. She's been busy on
Dun, dun,
on
dun.
television today, of all things. Hello.
Great Day TV.
Great Day TV. Look
Yeah,
at you.
on Wish TV. Had a great time. Enjoyed it very much. Patty Spittler gave me the opportunity. Barney Wood came with me as a photojournalist. We went to the Children's Entrepreneur Market,
Oh wow.
which is kids 5 to 17 that sell their wares. And
So
this is a
cute.
program that has now expanded to Indiana. So you'll see these children's entrepreneur markets popping up all over the place.
So
And
what type of wares?
they're selling everything. But what do you think of when kids, what do you think kids are selling today that's kind of a big hit?
Candy?
Slime.
Slime.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
It
good.
is slime.
Yes.
Uncle Jack's, you pulled that one out, buddy.
The kids loved slime. They like to make it. They like to sell it.
I can't
and they
believe
do.
it's still so popular.
It's very popular. But other kids have 3D printers now.
Oh,
So
wow,
they're making
yeah.
fidgets, and they're making all, and they're growing things and selling them. They're selling
Wow.
their
Little-
indoor plants that they've been caring for. They sell their paintings, their
Oh,
art.
cool.
Jewelry is big, but just a number of things. Their parents are with them, and these kids are so fantastic. I mean, they really are, and they're learning how to be CEOs. They've got plans. One kid wanted to own his goal is to own a Tesla dealer, and he told me that while he was wearing a superhero costume.
Oh my
It's gonna
gosh.
happen.
Tesla dealer. I said, "What do you want to? What do you want to do this for a living? You want to have your own company? What would it be?" Tesla dealer.
Okay.
Do you know what the biggest thing these kids learn is the word no when somebody says no thanks?
No.
And it doesn't damper their enthusiasm. They're right back selling to the next one.
And this is happening at the fairgrounds this weekend?
It was happening during the Indianapolis Home Show.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
the kind of place you'll see them. You'll see them at different shows. And,
Okay.
and you'll see them
Cute.
a space. But the number one thing that they tell me when I ask them, what has this taught you about being your own business owner? And they say how to communicate. They said how
I
to
bet.
how to look you in the eye, and these are like 6 and 7-year-old kids that are saying how to communicate.
Yeah.
But
while
that's
they're looking
great.
at me right in the face
Better
and smiling
communicators than
and-
adults.
Oh my
Well, and I
gosh,
mean,
amazing.
there's so many studies right now showing that kids are losing that because of the iPads and social media and
Yeah.
e-learning and all that stuff. So that's great.
It's great. And you can get your kids involved too. If they're, beyond now, they're done with selling lemonade, and they want to do something a little different because that's what we
the
did to
lemonade
make money.
stand. That's
Oh, yeah.
exactly right.
And I still love those. Those still make me happy. But if you want to go beyond that and you're in that age range, I think, and help me if I mess this up, Allison, I think it's kidsmarket.com. Kidsmarket.com. And you can get signed up for some of the cool events that will be coming out through the rest of spring and summer and beyond. They're great. Children's Entrepreneur Market. Or you can just Google that too. Thank you, Ethan.
Terry Stacy. Also in studio today, we got Jack Phipps from Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. We've got Allison Lemons. My name's Denny Smith. Pat's on vacation. But the best part is we're still brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it if you need them, and it could be for anything. 844-FIX-INDY. All right, Jack, we've got this new segment called Plant Smarts with Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Don't disappoint
How exciting.
me. Yeah, well, you said you were something about bulbs. What have you got?
Yeah, so people are kind of ready to, I guess, dive right into their yard. It's still a little too cold out. So one of the first things people are going to start to see popping up in their yards are their spring bulbs. So these would be the bulbs that they planted back in the fall.
Give me an idea of...
So a tulip or a daffodil, a crocus, allium. They're the bulbs that are cold hardy. That you can and really need to overwinter in the ground so that they come up in the spring, March, April, May.
I've always wondered, are they triggered by the cold? Do they have to go through a cold cycle in order to
so
bloom
a lot of
next
those early spring blooming ones, so the ones we're talking about today, need that cold dormancy. So you can force that in a fridge or the garage if you have it outside, but it does need a period of cold dormancy before it will.
Right.
Kind of bloom in the spring with the warming weather.
The biggest question I always hear, which end is up when I plant? Yeah. So talk to us about small bulbs, big bulbs, elephant ears, all of them.
Yeah, so all the bulbs are going to look a little different. Some of the smallest bulbs, like the snowdrops or the crocus, are going to be smaller than a quarter. And that would be, I guess crocus can be a little bit bigger. But those are almost kind of rice shaped. And it really doesn't matter which way they go in to the ground because they're all going to grow up. The bigger bulbs like the tulip almost have that pear shape, kind of like a flattened teardrop.
Oh, yeah.
So you'll see a rounded point on the bottom with somewhat of a root structure, even if you're getting a new dormant bulb. And that's a side you want to put down.
Lady used to live next door to us when we were growing up with Mrs. Burnett. She always called them jonquils. What's the difference between a jonquil and a daffodil? Are they the same?
So I believe that's just a type of daffodil, and it may be the one that has a bigger throat to it, kind of that cone coming out the middle.
Oh.
There are so many varieties now in the daffodils. Or that Narcissus family. And tulips, yeah.
I went up to Holland, Michigan several years ago where they have that big tulip festival. I had no idea how many tulips there were.
And the level of effort that goes up planning for that.
Holy cow. Yeah, I talked to one of the head ladies there. I mean, they planned years out. It's insane.
I had a client who was a tulip farmer, and you cannot believe all the varieties that they try to anticipate what people want, the different styles and stuff. And he was telling me that sometimes they ship the Michigan. He was from Michigan. The Michigan tulips are shipped sometimes to Holland.
Yes.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Isn't that
know
amazing?
That.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So worth making a trip up to Michigan.
Yeah.
So if we miss the boat to plant them in the fall, when can we plant them?
So you would want to.
Wow.
So you can get some already sprouting tulips, at a garden center. I know we'll have quite a few at Allisonville and Sullivan and Penn, really everywhere. But you can get that kind of started bulb that's already been through that dormancy, and then it can go in the ground after it blooms, and then it'll be ready to go for spring. Otherwise, you need to do it in the fall.
Beautiful.
How does it know, Jack? This year we've got some Christmas flowers that were wrapped in wax, and we just sort of set them on the counter. There was no soil, there was no marbles.
So that would be that amaryllis,
the
that big amaryllis bulb.
How does it know when to start?
So that is really down to a science now where it needs to be in a greenhouse, just like a poinsettia. So they'll have it in that kind of dark, colder dormancy. And then once it starts to warm up, it doesn't need the light, just the heat. So bringing it inside will help it kind of start to grow.
If we were to carve off if you haven't seen these, ladies and gentlemen, it is just the big amaryllis bulb, and it's like dipped in
Literally
a plastic,
just dipped in wax.
In wax, and then they make a flat bottom part for it, and you don't water it, you don't do anything. Now, could you cut that wax off and plant it, Jack?
So amaryllis is not hardy here, so you could cut that off and plant it in a container, but it would need to come inside for the winter.
All right. If you just kept it, is it going to do that again next year?
No, so that wax is nice because it lets you put that bulb anywhere, but it just forces that bulb to only use what it has stored in the bulb. So you'll get a smaller bloom, kind of pathetic leaves compared to if it were in some dirt. But if you cut it and replant it, can certainly do much better.
All right. So before we go to break here, what would you suggest for people to start acquiring? We're starting to get our catalogs and the seed catalogs and bulb catalogs. What's a good thing to start with what we call spring bulbs?
Yeah. So if you're looking at a catalog now, you could be ordering your spring bulbs for fall planting, but that would be the tulips or daffodils. Really, those are going to be your most reliable kind of spring bloomers. And bloom for the longest, kind of early spring too.
Cool. Have you got them at the stores now?
We do.
Cool.
So again, fall planting bulbs need to go in the fall. So we have some, but they have not had that dormancy, so they're not guaranteed to bloom.
Can we throw them in the freezer?
I don't think we have enough time.
Oh, don't
at this point.
We can't freeze them long enough.
No.
Deep freeze? Not liquid
Flash
nitrogen?
freeze, maybe.
That's right. All right. And then a good time to start planting bulbs is when we get a thaw.
Yeah, so really, if you're doing some of those more kind of tender tropical bulbs, you'd want to wait till really way past our last frost date. So Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. That's still a long way away. Think of that.
Time's flying, though. It'll be here.
Jack, Plant Smarts with Jack. That was a good one, Jack. Thank you.
Well, thank you.
All right, it's the Home and Garden Show. We are ready and willing to take your phone calls. We're a little bit stumped here because we don't have a call screener, but we're working around that. If you give us a call, 317-2393 WIBC, Home and Garden Show. We're missing one, but we finally got the team back together. We've got Terry Stacy, Jack Phipps, Ethan Patterson, Allison Lemons. My name's Denny Smith. Pat's on vacation, enjoying the family, getting ready for this big February sale. It's 20% off everything. It's the last week of February. Did I get that right, Allison?
Yeah, so 3 weeks away, but it's a big deal. Anything and everything you see.
It's
20% off.
It's called Make the Rent Sale. It's a long, hard winter.
It's been a long, hard winter.
That it is. Hey, we've got a lot of things coming up here. The ladies from, I'm sorry. Yeah. Oh, we got Fulton.
Yeah, Fulton's been hanging on the line. We've had a couple different guests coming in and out, so Fulton's been nicely waiting on the line.
Let's bring him up here.
Let's talk to him before we go.
All right, Fulton.
Well, good morning, you guys. How are you?
Well, we got the whole hee-haw gang here
You
now,
sound
buddy.
much better this week, Fulton. You feeling better?
Yes, I am. Yeah, I don't have a cold no more, so I'm good.
Oh, good.
Did you shovel the snow, or did you make your mom do it?
I shoveled parts of it.
There was a lot. Did you stay inside mostly this week?
Yep, stayed inside. I had basketball practice, and we've got a basketball tournament next Sunday.
Oh,
at
wow.
Wabash. Yep, so we're playing at 12 p.m. on next Sunday, and then our second game starts at 4.
Well, sounds like fun. What are you doing to stay busy during the winter? Is it all basketball all the time?
Pretty much. I've been doing some workout for Training for Life for Special Olympics now. So that's what I've been up to, and I do have a big announcement for you guys.
Oh.
A big announcement?
Dum, da, da, da,
Yep,
da.
I sure do.
All right, let's hear it.
Well, I am going to be on the Today Show. I sent them an email for my story of how I got into the Special Olympics over 16 years. So they will email me back on this Friday, February 6th. We don't know what time it's going to be, so it's going to be...
Oh, that's
good for you, buddy.
Yay! That's awesome. That's congratulations.
Really big news.
Are you going to be wearing red and black? Red and black and the sparkle vest you got?
Everyone can wear red and black.
That's so cool. Well, how do you feel about that?
I feel pretty good. I've been doing Special Olympics for 16 years, and this is my entire career. I've been doing this.
And now you get to talk about it in front of the whole world. That's so cool, Fulton.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't get nervous. One of the things I'm impressed about Fulton is you just don't get nervous. You just tell your story, and
he's ready to go.
He's ready to go.
Anytime.
That's right. Well, Fulton.
And there's another announcement as well. In July, I know it's the 250th anniversary. So my music therapy and I, we wrote a new song, and we're going to be recording it in the studio coming up pretty soon.
Oh, wow.
So,
Well, that'll be
so
good. You'll have to.
we-
I tell you what, you save that for us. We're really hoping we can get things squared away on our call screener and stuff, and maybe get that. Will you be able to do that for us sometime?
Yeah, we can.
Sure. I would love to, Danny.
All right, good.
Oh,
will.
that'll be awesome. That'll be great.
We'll put you on the books for it. Well, listen,
Staying
thanks.
busy as
And
usual.
Don't forget, the JMV takeover is tonight at 6 to midnight.
That's right.
I love you. Thank you.
Thanks, Fulton. We'll talk to you next week.
That's famous Fulton. Next up, we've got Steve. Steve, how are you?
I'm pretty good. How about yourself?
Real good. So, what have you got for us?
Well, I was going to start off with one question, but I got three, so I'm just going to lay them out real quick.
But we only have a minute, so choose one and go for it.
All right. One. Okay. I live out in Podunk nowhere, and I got a pretty good mushroom spot, morel mushrooms.
Oh,
Nice.
boy.
Terry is already triangulating your GPS location.
Poland, Indiana. But I was just wondering if there's anything I can do to help the growth of them.
You know, there's a
Maybe
guy.
make more.
That's a great question. I would reach out to the folks at Purdue. I actually got some spores that were implanted into elm trees when my mom moved from the country into the city, and we planted several of those elm trees that were inoculated with the spores, and it was really, really interesting. I cannot remember the fellow's name, but he was at Purdue, and I think he was an associate professor. But thanks for the phone call. I'll try to do some research on that, Steve, and if I find it, I'll let you know. This is the Home and Garden Show. When we come back, we're going to have Cheryl Smith from the St. Margaret's Guild give us an update on the show home this year. They've got it all picked out. Things are really starting to cook there. They're starting to have their pre-open parties. They're starting to talk about things that, in fact, they talk about a chandelier. We got to ask about this chandelier. Right now, it's the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC, 239-9393.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys, that really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools, power tools, power tools.
93 WIBC. My name's Denny Smith. This is the Home and Garden Show. Pat Sullivan's on vacation, but in the studio I've got Terry Stacy, Jack Phipps, I've got Allison Lemons, I've got my doofus cousin and his wonderful wife Cheryl Smith, and we're going to learn a little bit about the Decorator Show House and Gardens coming up. But we're brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water, storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. It's 844-FIX-INDY. Ladies and gentlemen, in front of me, I have 4 tickets that says 1 general admission ticket to the 2026 Decorator Show House and Gardens. Get this. It starts April 23rd. Cheryl, where did all this come from? I mean, that's really quick.
So 82 days. We see snow flying, but you guys, they're painting spring colors in there. It's going to be gorgeous. Have you heard about the ombre wall?
I heard about some chandelier. Everybody was bragging about a chandelier. But where is it, first of all? What's the address?
It is 5141 North Meridian, and it's a 1930 Tudor-style home. It's, I mean,
You
they
know I'm
just
gonna love it.
Yes, you are. And you guys are going to be there opening Saturday, which
You
is
invited
so
us
exciting.
back.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't think after what Sullivan did last year, we were going to get another invitation. But thank you. Thank you. So,
What did he do? Do you want to remember that?
no. So, Terry, ixnay. We can't. I mean, we can't hit the dump button twice here. All right. So, there's a lot going on there. How many different decorators do you have this year?
So we have about 30, including a landscaper. We actually have 5 new designers this year because we just
wow.
appreciate so much what they do. And we love having returning designers, but it's also nice to showcase some new talent. And man, you guys, these designers donate so much of their time, treasure, and just to, show the community what they can do. And it's a good way to get to know different designers and their styles. And the house is going to look fabulous.
Cheryl, let's bring everybody up to speed. What's going on? This has been an annual event for many, many years. I don't know how many this is going to be, but let's talk about what, you ambush some hapless couple, you steal their home for the better part of 6 months to a year. Tell us what's going on here.
Well, actually, this is the best kept secret, you guys. We are the country's longest running show house. So this is the 65th year. I don't think there's any place else in the country that has been running this long. So what we do is that we actually treat them with kid gloves. We help them
You're
move
talking
out.
about the family members.
The family, yes. We help them move out. We
You tuck them in at night in the basement where they're regulated. Yeah.
We actually move them and store all their possessions because it's a really neat thing for them to have their house totally redone. But it's a little bit of a disruption to their lives, but we try and make it as nice as possible. And you guys, the whole thing is because 100% of the proceeds go to benefit whatever cause the Eskenazi Foundation and the Decorator Show House, St. Margaret's Guild, identifies as the most important cause.
I tell you what, it's for mental health. And Sullivan has always just championed you guys because you take it right to it. It's about availability to people who need it. It's not like a drive-through. It's just so hard to get appointments for this. And that Eskenazi Center has just been aces for all of that. And that's where all the money goes.
So it's actually going to go to Sandra Eskenazi for mental health. It's also this year we have identified that the Gregory S. Fairbox Center advances employment equity for college and university students with physical disabilities. So part of it is going to go to that as well because they said there's just a real need there to help those college students.
That's pretty cool.
It is.
And one of my favorite manufacturers of plumbing appliances in the whole world is Delta Faucet. Delta Brisso has donated everything that has to do with plumbing. I'm so that you can't believe the thousands and thousands of dollars that means. It's wonderful. Thank you, Delta Faucet.
Yes, they are amazing to do that, and they have been a supporter. Priority Painting is donating all the labor. Sherwin-Williams has donated the paint. I mean, all these things are just huge. Huge.
All right, so can you tell us about this chandelier? Everybody's bragging about it. What's going on with this chandelier in the front of the house?
You're going to want to see it because it's original to the house.
Okay.
And that is super cool. I also heard, did you read the Wall Street Journal article last week that
no.
analog phones are coming back?
Oh, yes, I have heard. They used to have phone booths in the house. And
there's going to be an analog phone in the house. I think you can order one on Amazon. I actually looked. You're ready to go back in time.
So all analog means is it's a two-wire system, and it's got speakers and it's got microphones. It's nothing's digitized.
And I think it's the old, push button, actually hold it up. I mean,
wonder what's making them come back again.
I think it's just the cycle. Everything old is new.
Kids are going back to what they call the dumb phones. So they're like the flip phones or the ones without the screens.
Well,
so I wonder if this is part of it.
For my cousin's benefit, which is Cheryl's husband, what's old is new. There's hope for you, Dwayne. There's hope for you. Yeah. And in fact, that it's a dumb phone. Am I picking on him? The fact that it's a dumb phone, you get to be the first one to use it because... Yeah. All right. So this was one of the first spec homes. I did a little bit of research. You helped me with that. 1930, this was a spec house. Tell me about that.
Isn't that cool? So it was the first one in the city, and it actually kind of, from what I understand, kind of languished on the market for a little bit. And I don't know if people weren't ready for spec homes or what, but then they added a library, and it sold immediately.
For those of you who don't know what a spec house is, they just somebody puts up the money, they build the house, they decorate it the way they want, and they just immediately put it on the market. It's and it's a gamble because you don't know if what you have put in it is what everybody else wants. It was a new concept back then.
It was. And
that was
Sally
95 years ago, girl.
Isn't that crazy? That wasn't yesterday, was it?
How old is the house?
It was built in 1930.
In 1930.
Mm-hmm. And Sally Lorda is actually the designer that has the library space, and she's transformed it into a curio room. I can't wait to see that. But every designer has such a
wait. You got 3 minutes here. What's a curio room?
You're going to have to come see it.
No, come on. I know what a bedroom is. I know what a bathroom is. A curio room.
It's for your curio cabinet.
There you go.
It's a room for your curio cabinet.
So it's like for display and stuff.
It's like it's
a
like
curio cabinet.
A sitting room. Is it a sitting room? Kind of a sitting room with
You're
a
going to have to come see
gallery.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand that there are some very, very special rooms in addition to the phone booth. I'm going to call it the phone booth room. What did you call it? The analog phone booth room?
The analog phone booth room. We're going to have that. We have Shelf Genie that's doing some.
I know what it was. 2 screen porches, not one, but 2
Yes.
screen porches, upstairs and downstairs.
Yes, isn't it cool? I think one's off the
nice.
primary bedroom, and then one's downstairs. You're just gonna want to see it. Also, does anybody play mahjong or do yoga?
It's becoming very popular again.
So we're going to
mahjong.
have all sorts of special events too. So you can come and do yoga on the lawn and then tour the house.
Can I do the mahjong
Will there be
without doing the
goats?
yoga?
Yes, you can. It's separate nights.
What about
so-
goats? Will there be baby goats?
I don't know that we have those this year.
Is there time to plan baby goats?
She's talking about goat yoga. And for those
You
of
could
you who have
probably
ever
bring your
done
own. I'm
goat
sure they'd
yoga,
be okay with that.
here's the surprise.
Your own goat?
The goats still do their business, and sometimes they're on top of you when they do it. Goats do
Your
not.
experience.
Yeah, pooped
Yeah.
on me.
Yeah.
So we might
Well, it hit
pass
my
on
leg.
those
It
this
hit my
year.
leg, but that was enough, you know.
It also has original leaded windows. You guys,
Oh,
that's
wow.
one of my
That's
favorite
cool.
things.
Me too. I love them. I mean, it really does tell you the age of the home, but that home is, and they're still there.
Yes,
You know, still
yes.
there. I
Cheryl
love
told
that.
me that the original owners were the furniture manufacturers from southern Indiana. And when the current homeowners went up in the attic, they found all of this antique furniture from back in the 30s.
From their
that's
samples.
cool.
From the-
That's very cool.
I mean, what a fun surprise when you buy the house and
Right.
then go up in the attic and find all that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I hear that some of that's going to be featured in one of the rooms too. I think
Cool.
a piece is. So you're going to want to see that.
So how
sounds
do you
good.
guys select the house?
So, that's a great question, Allison. And it's it's different every year. So it does have to be a certain size just to accommodate crowds or have, 2 showcases, staircases, just so that we can get the traffic flow going because we want all the guests to have a great experience. We do look for homes of a certain age. And then we have to talk with the homeowners and, explain, hey, there's some really great, amazing benefits with this. But, you're going to be out of your house for 6
out of the
months.
house. Yeah, it was real subtle.
We do take care of them,
Yeah.
but, and so it's a different formula every year. And we always are, fortunate enough to find homeowners that are willing and able to do that. And
How do
then
they
come in.
follow? How can they follow the Decorator Show Home? Where can they see pictures during construction? I think I found them on Instagram, and that's a lot of fun. But there's a lot of ladies in the pictures. You need to show the home too.
They're going to do little sneak peeks, but a lot of it you just have to wait 82 days until it opens. But if you go to showhouseindy.org, you're going to be able to follow along on when tickets are available. Also, if you want to stay healthy and get ready for the yoga, you can do the Dash by the Pass. That's April 11th.
That's when we run past all the houses, right?
It's so cool. They closed down Meridian. I don't think they closed down Meridian Street for anything else.
You ladies are a very powerful force.
We have a lot of volunteers. Really, we appreciate every single one of them too.
You have a lot of powerful women. That's all I'm going to say. Powerful. All right. So you've given us 4 free tickets. We're going to try to get those. We'll try to keep pumping this a little bit and get them, given away. How much does it cost?
You know what? I was looking online, and I don't know that they have the ticket prices.
they haven't
up
put
yet.
them up yet.
I don't think they
Okay.
have. I was just
But-
checking. Usually, it's around $35.
Showhouseindy.org.
Showhouseindy.org.
Cheryl Smith and your knucklehead husband there, my cousin. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, we really believe in you guys. It is for the great cause at Eskenazi for mental health and stuff. And thanks for all you do. What's the budget? You met your goal for the last 4 years. What's the new goal?
We did. So we have done a pledge this year. It's a 3-year, $775,000 pledge, and that includes $75,000 for the Sandra Eskenazi Mental Health, and then we also have $665,000 for the Gregory S. Fairbox Center.
That's really
So
cool.
we always work with Eskenazi to see what the greatest need is, and then we get out there and get that house ready.
I
We
hope
just would
you'll-
love for the guests to come.
I hope you will pass along to all of the ladies just how much Indianapolis appreciates this. We at WIBC, we're your partners in this. We believe in it. And aside from your husband, really, I can't give you enough praise. Okay.
We appreciate you guys being such great champions for us. I always love coming down and seeing you, and we can't wait till opening day.
And that
just
is
thanks for all your support.
April 23rd.
It is. April 23rd is a Thursday, so we'll have a couple little days sneak peek before you guys come and join us on that Saturday.
There we go. Cheryl Smith. She is from the St. Margaret's Hospital Guild Decorator Show House and Gardens. This year, it's going to be on Meridian Street. Should be easy to get to, and certainly a beautiful Tudor from the 1930s. Cheryl, thanks for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate
See
you
you in April.
guys.
Thank
Can't
you.
wait.
It's the Home and Garden Show. We'll be back, and I tell you what, we're going to have Craft Corner coming up for the first time in a long time. Terry, you want to give us any sort of preview on this one?
Not ready yet.
Oh, okay, that
That's the
went
third
well.
segment.
That's good. What we call foreshadowing.
Is it
Not ready
11:30?
yet.
Oh, yeah, it's time.
All right, it's the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC. We have Groundhog Day on Monday, and if you remember Groundhog Day, the movie, this is the music that started off every morning for Bill Murray while he was in the bed and breakfast or in the hotel room. So I looked up Groundhog Day disasters, and so this segment is going to be called the Indiana Edition, Indiana Realty Check of Groundhog Day disasters. It's February, it's cold. If it's March, it's fake spring. If it's April, it might be snow or 78 degrees. If it's May, we still get frost. But in Indiana, the groundhog doesn't see a shadow. It's just reflecting off a sheet of ice in a Kroger parking lot. That's the way it is. Kroger, that's right, Kroger's. That's what JD calls it. Honestly, we already trust better indicators. The indot salt trucks, the first pothole of the season, somebody in shorts and 32 degrees saying, feels nice out. That's Joe Stasiak.
Big Joe.
Yeah, Big Joe. So anyway, I looked up Groundhog Day disasters, and Groundhog Day sounds wholesome until you look at the track record. You cannot believe all the disasters that have happened on Groundhog Day. In Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, a groundhog bit the mayor during the ceremony.
Well, he's bothering him.
Well, yeah, it's
Waking
true.
him up.
Groundhogs routinely during these Groundhog Day ceremonies, they refuse to come out.
Yeah.
They escape.
Because they're hibernating.
Exactly.
They're sleeping.
And they're hyper little rodents is what they are, but they bite the handlers. They will urinate on the dignitaries. That's the funniest video I saw. Where this
that's
one,
good.
Oh, I know. It couldn't happen to a better bunch of guys. But some states rely on Doppler radio. Some say they trust their meteorologist. Once a year, America says, release the rodent. So I've got some questions for you about Groundhog Day. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. What is the historical accuracy rate of Puxatawney Phil?
Oh, his
percentage?
accuracy rate?
His accuracy. How
is
often
like
is he correct?
20, I was going to say 20 or 30%.
All right, so let me give you some choices. Around 75% according to folklore, about 50% sort of like a coin flip, or roughly 35%.
About
35.
That is correct, which somehow still earns him a parade and a top hat.
And thousands of people descend. I met a couple from Puxatawney a couple of weeks ago at the Indiana home show, and I said, "How about it? What's it like?" And they said, "We leave."
That sounds like most
We
big
leave.
cities.
It sounds like
40,000. You should imagine 40,000 people for 3 days, drunk out of their minds, waiting for this poor groundhog.
in the
It's a
early
tiny
morning.
town.
Yeah. I wonder
That's
how many
an excuse to drink.
I was going to say
All
the number one
weekend.
souvenir sold was a flask. All right. Question number 2. Why were Groundhog Day festivities canceled in Sun Prairie, Wisconsin? A blizzard shut everything down. B, the groundhog bit the mayor and drew blood. C, the groundhog just refused to come out.
Say bit
I'm
the
going to say
mayor.
C.
Yeah.
Refused to come out.
Yeah. It was B. He bit the mayor, drew blood, and it was shown on TV and everything, and they just canceled everything at that point. It was 2 years before they let the groundhog come back. You know, it's the only weather forecast in history that's drawn blood besides Brian Wilkes.
The problem is they're so stinking cute.
They are cute.
I do. I understand why people want to squeeze them. Just don't.
Do you,
go.
They are
do you realize what they can do to a
I
soybean
know.
fill? They're
My
terrible.
dad hates them. They've destroyed underneath his barn multiple times.
But they're still so
they're
cute.
so cute.
Troop 66, Speedway, Indiana, in the mid 60s. We would load up in the back of a pickup truck with our 22s, and we'd go out to Old Man Feeney's soybean field and dispatch the groundhogs.
Thank you, Denny.
It worked out pretty well. Okay, question number 3. Why do groundhogs appear to predict weather? Is it A, they really do sense atmospheric pressure changes?
Uh-huh.
B, they react to light and temperature, not future weather. And C, they are trained by secret meteorologists.
No.
Ooh.
I would say, is it A?
I'm going to say C.
They're trained by secret meteorologists?
Yeah.
Actually,
That's
it's
a good
B.
guess.
Jack. Yeah, let's go back to
Good
the
one.
let's go back to the bulbs.
Yeah.
Okay, no, it's still more scientific than asking your uncle who just has a feeling about it. They actually react to light and temperature, not the future. Well, I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
Does it
All
say why they chose the groundhog out of all of?
Folklore. I don't. That's a great question.
I'd just be curious.
I did part of my research. Okay, Indiana City Edition. Which local sign is actually more reliable than a groundhog? Is it A, Carmel residents saying the roads aren't bad here? Is it B, the first pothole opening up on Keystone or I-69? Or C, Someone in Fishers declaring winter's over in early February.
Is it B?
It's the potholes, Terry.
Yeah, I believe that.
Isn't that amazing?
It's amazing.
Yeah. Anyway, well, when potholes bloom, spring is near. Okay, question number 5, Central Indiana bonus. What does a groundhog shadow scientifically indicate? Is it 6 more weeks of winter? B, early spring? Or C, that there is a light present?
Early spring.
I think it is. It's 6 more weeks. It's
Technically,
early
the light
spring.
present.
It's that there's a light present.
Yeah.
Breaking news, shadows do exist. Okay, question number 6, and this is a city call out. Which Indiana city is most likely to ignore a groundhog forecast entirely? Allison, is it Zionsville because they already planned spring break? Is it B, Bloomington because they'll debate it for 6 weeks? Or C, is it Indianapolis because the roads already decided?
The roads have already decided.
Look at Allison. She dug that one up. That question number 6 has got Allison's. Potholes have spoken. Number 7, and the final question, Indiana Truth Serum. If an Indiana groundhog were completely honest, what would it predict? A, 6 more weeks of winter. B, early spring. C, all 4 seasons this week.
More
No,
winter.
well, no, you know what they say. If you don't like the weather, stick
all
around
4
and
seasons.
all 4 seasons this week.
That has not been the case this week.
No, but it's really the truth. Snow Monday, thunderstorms Wednesday, shorts on Friday. All right, so this Groundhog Day, remember, if a rodent tells you winter's over, thank him politely, then keep your snow shovel, ice scraper, hoodie, heavy coat, and emotional defenses fully deployed. This is Indiana. By the way, the name of the groundhog that bit the mayor, he's a legend in Wisconsin. They love him. His name was Jimmy the Groundhog.
Aw,
Jimmy the Groundhog was famous.
Shout out, Jimmy.
And here's the question that I ask. I ask the source that I had, did the mayor who got bit get reelected? Yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Terry Lynn?
Yes.
Allison was right. No, he did not. After the Jimmy the Groundhog bit Mayor Jonathan Freund on Groundhog Day in 2015, the incident went viral and got a lot of attention, but it didn't help his financial or his political futures. When Freund ran the mayor primary shortly afterward, he finished 3rd in a field of 3 candidates and lost a chance to stay in office.
Groundhog knew.
That groundhog knew.
Bad news.
So there we go. And when we come back, ladies, are we ready for...
Craft
Yep.
Corner.
Do you
We're
want
gonna be
me
ready.
to, do you want
No
me to tell
return.
you why they chose the hedgehog? Or not the hedgehog.
Groundhog.
Okay,
Yes.
why'd they choose the groundhog?
Groundhog.
So the groundhog was chosen for Groundhog Day because it is a hibernating rodent that emerges from its burrow on February 2nd, a date that falls between the winter solstice and the spring equinox.
Oh, so that really is their hibernation come out
Yeah,
day,
so
supposedly.
it just happens to be the perfect time, I think.
Oh.
Ethan Patterson.
Well, there you go.
Groundhog
Attaboy.
finds a shadow. That's really good. All right, when we come back here on the Home and Garden Show, it is time for boy, you guys talk about being in hibernation. We haven't had a craft corner since we've been in the new building.
I know. This show, everyone here has been very busy. We've been in and out, in and out.
In and out, in and out.
That's right.
It's the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC.
Glitter, stickers, buttons, and beads, doodles and doodads, you gotta see. We're gonna have a crafty-rific time. I got scissors, ribbons, tape, and glue. I can tell you like to make things too. I just seen in googly eyes. Yeah, me and you got a lot to do.
We're back.
Crafting.
It's the Home and Garden Show. I'm Allison. There's Terry. Jack's with us, and
Okay.
Denny is behind the camera. So if you want to watch Craft Corner live, we're on Facebook right now, Facebook Home and Garden Indiana, or the YouTube WIBC, and or you can just take a little listen. We'll do our best to describe what we're doing, but we have a craft for our birdie friends today.
We do, but I just wanted to tell you, I had another plan, and it was I was going to create for you from a cardboard loom, I was going to make a winter hat.
And we
Easy
were
to
trying.
do. And I worked on this till I just was bored, quite frankly. But it's a cardboard loom, and you can look for this, search it if you like it, because I think kids will love it. But look, so you get the front half done, and then you do the second half, and look, this is what it would look like. And then you make the ball right here.
Then you stitch them together?
And then you stitch them together. And look, winter
Wow,
hat.
comfy.
And it's really fun.
But it is hard to
some.
describe on the radio as well.
It really is, and I'm sorry about that. But you can look that up. Winter hat, knitted winter hat on a cardboard loom.
Okay, real quick, is that a treadle that you put the white thread back and forth through, or is it what is
This is a because I do with what I have. This is a clay knife.
Oh,
It works perfect.
This is a clay tool for
I
my
was just
clay
using my
stuff. You know,
fingers.
I'm big in clay now.
Yeah.
you know, she did the sculpturing
was the only thing
for
I
the
could find at the
Warner
dollar
Trophy.
store.
That was Terry.
Well, it worked out.
It did. And so, anyway, we're not doing that. So, we're going to go back because, again, as a lover of all animals, all creatures, I am worried about the squirrels right now, as well as the strays. But the squirrels in particular, I know they're getting around, but the snow is so deep. So, we're going to make something that squirrels and birds can eat. And we're going to make a bird feeder / squirrel feeder because the squirrels will probably get to them before the birds.
Oh, yeah.
All you're going to do is take some cardboard and cut out a heart, everyone, about the size of the palm of your hand, as we are looking at now.
I like being Vanna White.
Once you get the cardboard, you're going to also need some peanut butter, and you're going to need some bird seed, and you're going to need some
Do you go with crunchy,
laundry things.
Do you go with crunchy or smooth peanut
I
butter?
go with crunchy because it's more even protein for the birds. These are clothespins. So the large clothespins that actually are clothespins.
that squeeze.
Yeah,
go on your
there's
clothes.
there's some that don't squeeze. They
they're
just come
all
down.
friction fit.
Yeah. Thank you, Denny.
No.
That was a good part of that. Thank you.
I'm just surprised you
tip.
didn't do something for the groundhogs.
Excellent
You were
pro
over there
tip.
in tears when I was
It's
talking about shooting the
excellent pro tip.
groundhog.
I've got another great pro tip coming up, and it's about how to take your dog out to poop in the snow.
Oh, I actually need that one.
we need that
It's
one.
huge. This is huge. I can't believe that I just am learning about it. So anyway, once you get this all completed, you're going to take your heart, your cardboard heart, and you're going to
Do we glue it
if you'd like to
first?
glue it first, you can do it either way,
That would
whatever you'd like
maybe-
to do.
So how
Whatever.
do you glue it
Keep our
upside down or
hands a
right
little
side
cleaner.
down?
You're going to the point of the heart is going to go towards the actual
Handles
clip-
of the.
Thank you,
thank
Denny.
you. The-
Yes, handles of the
I'm sorry.
no clothespin.
I'm still mad that you didn't do the groundhog.
As you can see.
Yeah.
And then once you get them glued on to that clothespin, then you're going to slather, which I love that word.
Love a
slather
That's a
thick
$3 word.
coating of peanut butter, all completely covering your heart.
You don't get this on the Hammer and Nigel
Would
show.
almond butter
Chunky,
work if we have it
chunky.
available?
Yes. Do you think the birds would like that as well? Is that all right for the birds and the squirrels? The almond butter?
I think it would be.
Anything that doesn't have xylitol in it will be just fine.
Okay, so what is xylitol?
That will kill animals.
It's
that
an
in peanut
artificial
It's
sweetener.
artificial
Oh.
sweetener.
Artificial sweetener. Yeah.
Also, it's in gum.
We probably
it's
as
in
humans
diet
shouldn't have
drinks.
that.
I think
well,
if we
should
have
never
too
lick
much
it.
of that, it kind of causes a upset stomach.
Yes.
Okay, so the soybean farmers could actually use that in their soybean fields to get rid of the groundhogs.
Oh boy. I hope they all come to my house. All of you that are unwanted groundhogs, you're welcome at my home anytime. So,
Uh-oh.
well,
All right.
that's not good.
You're not
It's not
supposed to
an-
Once
do
you
that in the
once
studio.
you get all the
They never
peanut
said no
butter
crafting
slathered
in the
on, you all
studio.
know what's next, and that is you're going to just decorate if you want to. I put some sunflower seeds around the edge to kind of give it a border, and then you can put just a regular crack seed or a cracked corn or whatever it is, your regular bird seed in the middle. Kids, I think, will like doing this, and it's fun.
fun one.
And then you take them outside, and while the squirrels are still up in their trees and trying to make it around, you can clip these on branches, and the birds too. And you'll go through a lot of it. My birds are hungry right now, and my squirrels are hungry too. So you can clip these right on the different branches using that fantastic laundry clip,
Clothespin.
dryer
Clothespin?
Clothespin. Work with me, Terry. A clothespin.
So I just put up a squirrel feeder outside yesterday, a peanut feeder. So they're
Yes.
gonna love this right next to the
This is
peanut
right. This is
feeder.
just a nice little fun craft for the kids and for you to do, and it's easy. And it maybe have things that you don't have. This is all dollar store stuff, dollar store peanut butter, dollar store. Oh no, it's Meyer Crunchy. But most
Ooh,
of this other
fancy
stuff
stuff.
is the clothespins and stuff. So anyway, I hope that you
Terry,
liked it.
this is a hit. This
I think
is a
this
good
is
one.
nice and thoughtful and fun for the kids. I'm sorry about the hat situation.
Oh, look at Jack.
I just
Look,
got bored.
Mine's upside down.
Oh, look. Oh, but I like what you did. It doesn't matter.
It was simple.
No, it was
I
simple.
don't think the squirrel will hold it to you.
Right in the middle.
Yeah, I
Burst
like
all
it.
over.
That's nice.
Thank
We're going to
you.
put these out here in the city for the hawks because a couple
What?
Sundays ago we watched a hawk 2 times rip up a bird right in front of me. Actually turned while I was in studio to look at me while he ate the
In
bird.
the city?
It made the
Right here.
groundhog story
Hey, do
very,
you
very
think-
meek.
Yeah.
An
They were
owl
right
would
on
like
top of this
I have
pole,
owls in
right
my
out here. He
neighborhood.
sat out there
yeah,
and
owls.
ate 2 birds.
Yeah.
Might check it out at night.
So I think it's a great idea. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're safe and sound in crafting for sure. And this is a kind of a good one that's thinking about our furry friends.
This is good to have you back. This is our first one in the new studio. We have not had any craft corners whatsoever. So,
Oh, I had one.
Terry, Allison, Jack, good job, Jack.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank
well
you
done.
so much.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Terry.
Danny.
Zoom in on it. There we go. Can you
All right,
zoom in?
so here we go.
Look at that.
And that's our craft
And make a beating.
corner.
Boop, boop,
Okay.
It's 3D now.
Our photographer today was Ethan Patterson. He's out of
Thank
the
you,
booth.
Ethan.
So, Ethan, thanks for everything, buddy. All right, so that has just finished up Facebook
Craft
Live. It'll
corner?
be on there for you to get off of the Home and Garden page.
And then if anyone tries the hat, take a picture and let us know.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try to finish it for you. I really am.
I would love to see.
You were moving
What,
through
on
it
the
pretty
hat?
quickly
yeah,
once
on
you
the
got
hat,
the hang
on the
of it.
loom hat.
Yeah, she was into it. I told her she'll get bored at about line 15. Is when you start to
Well, wait
think,
a minute,
oh my
I'm
gosh, I
counting
have
over.
such a long way to
Oh,
go.
she's at about line 8 here. How many
Yeah.
lines did it take, Terry?
It took a lot.
Yeah, line.
And then
407.
yeah, I would make
Really?
it smaller. Oh, by the way, to measure and again, you'll find this, but to measure your kids, to get the measurement of how big it should be,
For the hat.
measure your head or your child's head, and then
With a tape.
and then divide it by 2,
Oh, and that's how
Oh.
big that
and then
that
that's
should be
the
width
length of the width of the
Good job.
yeah.
Good job.
Hey, when we come back, can you give us the pro tip on how to help our dogs go to the bathroom outside?
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
Yeah.
That's a hit right there.
If that's not a tease.
and
that's
you'll
a
hear it
KO.
here first on the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC.
Somebody may have gotten a little peanut butter on.
It's the Home and Garden Show. Pat Sullivan's off today. We wish him well. I think he's enjoying Disney World. What a great place to be this time of year. If you happen to be in Eastern Virginia or the Carolinas, now would be a really good time to hit the road and head west, young man. There is a bomb cyclone coming that way, and I can't even remember what a bomb cyclone is, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be good. It's not going to be Indiana, but a bomb.
No, it's
No.
thank goodness this time
No.
around. But yeah, others are still getting it. We've had some pretty good little
Weather-
snow showers
we-
this morning already.
You know, they're
Looks like
gone.
that's gone. But
I hope so. Hey, listen, we're going to take a phone call, and then Terry Lynn has promised that she's going to talk about her doggy bathroom
struggles.
struggles and secrets. All right, but let's take Tina right now. Tina, welcome to the Home and Garden Show.
Hello.
Hi.
I have a question about a pressure tank.
Okay.
Okay. It's obviously for a well. It was drained like, I don't know, close to a month ago, I guess. And now the water surges. Okay.
All right.
So when you turn it on, it'll run for a while, and it's not sputtering like, it would if the tank or the well was going dry. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's not like that. We have plenty of water. But the pressure tank, if you watch it gauge, it'll be like maybe a 50, and once the water runs, it'll drop all the way down to like 30 or 20.
Okay. You're starting to break up, dear one. So I'll give you the things that you need to know. These are some of the possibilities. It could be that the pump needs to be dropped a little bit lower in the well. There's a lot of things going on with our aquifers, and sometimes we think that they are coming up because of weather, and sometimes we think they go down because of weather. The bottom line is that spurting might be because your pump is too high in the well and it's not deep enough into the water in the well. The second thing, it could be the points. We have points, which are an electrical instrument that tells the pump to come on or off, and we set them at pressures, which you probably already know, 40, 60, 50, 70, and it's to maintain the pump pumping to pressurize the tank. And the last thing that you're going to need to check, and this is not stuff we can do on our own, Tina. We need to get a pump professional. My pick is C&J, but there are a lot of well companies that just said C&J is the best. Sometimes over a period of years, the membrane in your pressure tank starts to break down, and the membrane is stretched from hemisphere to hemisphere in your pressure tank. And then it's pressurized to about 30 or 40 psi. And then the pump takes the rest of the regulation of the water flow. But if that membrane breaks down, even though you drain it, it can reconstitute a no air on the other side situation. So you really need to have a pump person come out and take a look at it. And I'm sorry, because it's going to keep spurting, because it could be any one of those three things. But again, C&J, cjforwater.com, they're just a great company. But sorry you're having problems. All right, next up for us, we're going to try regular Jeff. It's been a while since we've had a chance to talk to him. Hey, Jeff, how are you?
Oh, not too bad. Can you hear me?
Loud and
We
clear.
can. How are you, Jeff?
I am getting to a good spot. Hello, Jack, Allison, Terry. Oh, my God, I got to get a whole list out. Denny, Ethan, I've already talked to.
All right, quit
Hello,
your
Jeff.
complaining. How are you, man? What's
I
up?
need a pen and a piece of paper. Okay, so I was going to comment on some earlier things that you said. Years ago, I was a waiter down south at a Miss Rural Club at the Sarasota Kennel Club, and we were talking about parsley on plates. So those older people, we always notice, we always use this as a garnish. And then turns out that all the older people would eat that parsley at the end because they said that it made their breath smell better.
There you go.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's the whole idea of this little mint thing that Allison shared with us.
Okay, so one other thing. Years ago when I was in high school, I had a science teacher that was one of my favorite ever. His name was Casimir Zinel. Now, I'd already gone through all the science.
Casimir Zinel.
I had already gone through all of his science classes, and I loved him so much that my homeroom, I chose to be his assistant in his class.
Oh, you suck
and
up.
He actually made us dandelion wine at Warren Central and said, now don't let the authorities know. And
Man, I wish I grew up in the 80s.
well, that was the 70s.
Or
but
even
anyway.
the 70s.
That's pretty good.
All right.
Jeff Maya,
Okay,
it's funny
and the
how
last
we...
thing was the thing that I heard you talking about earlier about the gentleman that experimented with the plants and everything. That was on George Norrie last night. He brought up his name and everything, and I think I remember back when Art Bell ran the show in 1995.
That Cleve Baxter
he was
about
actually on that show.
Oh, no way. That's funny.
You talking about Cleve Baxter, the guy that did the polygraph on the plants?
I am not kidding. I think Art Bell had him on the Coast to Coast in 1995, and then George Norrie brought it up last night on the show.
Now that's cool.
Isn't that incredible?
Now that is cool. It's kind of funny because they said it was a valid experiment the way he did it, but nobody could ever duplicate it. So it's folklore at this point. Hey, Jeff, thanks.
Now where we think about something and next time we get a text, and I can have my phone off, and now I'm thinking, man, maybe this guy had something going on. I can actually turn my phone off, and the next day I get the commercials for the thing I was thinking about. It's weird.
Isn't it funny how I remember my junior high science teacher, his name was David Dogleash. And
David Dogleash. Honest to goodness, Dogleash.
Or maybe it was Dowgleash, but we always called him David Dogleash. But
I like it.
He showed us how to swallow razor blades in his class, Jeff. And I'm thinking, man, we shouldn't be doing this in science class. But he actually showed you how to swallow.
Do you know how to do it?
Hell no, I don't know how to do it. I didn't do it.
Talent show.
That would be. That's just an unknown talent that you have that just.
But I think it's neat that he remembers his science teacher, Casimir. That's pretty cool, Jeff.
Somebody would teach his class how to swallow.
Casimir Zinel. Well, he couldn't hold a candle to David Dogleash from Speedway.
I think he's still alive out there and kicking, man, because I tell you, like I said, I purposely made me be almost like a guy that graded his papers and stuff and stayed in his.
Oh, you were such a suck up. You were such a suck up.
There's nothing like a good teacher, though, man.
Hey, listen, thanks for
we
giving
all
us a
have
call,
stories.
buddy. You be careful this week, okay?
See ya.
All right, Terry Lynn. It is 11:56. We've got a couple minutes. We need a potty explanation.
All right,
here.
so if you have a dog and you walk the dog,
I have
you
a
know
dog.
that this is a tough time to get the dog to go to the bathroom because the snow is too high. It's too deep.
It's too cold. They
If
don't want to go
only
out.
I would have known. And the only thing, here's what I've done. I've cut out different pieces in the yard with snow, dug those out. David has, I have not. And then when we finally got her to poo, then you pick up the poo and you throw it in that spot. Now she has gone ever since in the spot. She would not have done it before until she finally had to go. Here's what I learned, though, the hack. It's too late for us now, but next time we have a snow, you take a tarp and you cover a section of your yard.
I've seen this.
Just to doesn't have to be big. And then when the snow is over, you lift that up and you've got grass. And that's all there is to it. It's that simple. I don't know anything else to do to get the dogs to go other than what we have done now, which is
the tarp thing.
pick up the poo and put it in that spot.
Seems to be gaining popularity.
It's a good one.
I saw it on Instagram earlier this week. That's a great idea.
Are you all with me on this? It's been really a challenge.
Oh my gosh.
Terry, you are a Hall of Fame broadcaster. You have done interviews that are to be admired.
Thank you. I
You
appreciate
have done,
that
You
so
have done
much.
segments on everything. Now you can say you've done a segment on dog poop.
Yeah, well, this has been hard.
This is
has
a
been
hack.
very
I
challenging.
had to break out the pee pads again.
Yeah, well,
she refused
right.
to go.
Yeah.
Well,
It's so cold
Allison,
out.
how tall is your dog?
I mean, it's a pug, so she's not very tall.
Yeah, 15. Terry, how tall is your dog?
I don't know. She's a 60-pound dog.
60-pound dog. Well,
But the snow at 13 and a half
touch their
inches or whatever
tummies,
we had
they don't want it.
in Greenfield, it just was rough.
all right, there you heard it. The Terry
Oh,
Stacy
that's
famous
different.
hack. Thank you, Terry. And there's more to come when we
you,
come back.
Denny.
We got a winter weather quiz coming up, and along with your calls, 239-9393 on WIBC.
Well, some folks say that grown-up men are still just little boys. That really the only difference is the price of our toys. We go for macho symbols like guns and running shoes, pickup trucks, hunting ducks, and power tools. Power tools. Power tools. Yeah, you just plug 'em
Well, here we
in the
go.
wall and
The
they
fourth
go
hour of the Home and Garden
all
Show. 93 WIBC, brought to you by the Michaelis Corporation. Water storms, fire, and wet basements. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. 844-FIX-INDY. And listen, this is a time of year where just about any type of disaster can happen at your home. We've seen fires. We've seen snow damage. We've actually seen rain damage and flood damage. Anything can happen. And I got to tell you, the Michaelis people, it's a local firm, family business, just great people. Don't forget that number. In fact, put it on your electrical panel. That's where I put all the important numbers at the house, 844-FIX-INDY. Well, Jack Phipps is in for Pat this week. Jack, you're up at Allisonville Home and Garden Show. Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. And you got your bulbs in this week.
We did.
Are you ready to go?
We are.
And
Seeds are in.
A little bit later. Now, you're going to give us one more hack before you leave today?
I'll try my best.
You'll try your best. Right now, we're going to go out and talk to Dave, who is called in on the line. Hey, David, how are you?
I am well, Denny. Thank you. How are you?
It's been a good day, son. Thank you.
Good. Hey, Denny, I have a 7-year-old gas high-efficiency water heater, and of course the warranty was 6 years. It's leaking, and I need to replace it.
Okay.
I'm thinking about a tankless water heater, and I was advised because our water is so hard, maybe think more about that.
All right. So, but you do have, this is a gas water heater, so you already have gas to the house, right?
Yes,
All
yes.
right. And where's the water heater located?
It's in the basement, and the gas and the water pipes run right where it's going to go.
It's more about the venting. We need to get to a box joist or a band board to make the penetration out, because this is going to take intake air from outside, and it's going to discharge the post-combustion gas outside after it. So it's sort of like these high-efficiency furnaces. We need to get those pipes outside. So is it close enough for you to do that without a lot of hassle?
Yeah, the gas water heater that I currently have is already vented outside.
Oh, perfect.
Excuse me, vented outside.
That's perfect. All right, so
But there's no inlet. But I have the room is about 10 by 14.
You might be able to get enough makeup air from that. But here, I'm a big fan of the instantaneous tankless water heaters. Now, the water quality is an issue, but there is a way to deal with that with the electronics that are available for us for treating water. And by that, I mean Easy Water is a product where we wrap bell wire around the inlet to the combustion tank or the inlet to the water line going in. And what it does is it sends in frequencies and it interrupts the coagulation of calcium and magnesium. It's called dendritics. And what it does now, if we would not treat the water, it comes out like pencils, the calcium and the magnesium, and they sort of stack up until they get a big limestone thing. So if you have compromised, water quality, that's going to take place in that very small combustion tank or boiler tank, which is about a gallon. And all of that precipitates out and sticks to the thing. But if we put the Easy Water on there, it prevents that from happening. Now they're serviceable. We can put an acetic solution inside that tank and clean it once a year. But I'm a big fan of the Easy Water. I have it at my house, but I don't have a tankless water heater. But I think that you won't believe how much gas you will save. And you just have to get used to using them because in a tank water heater, you get a little bit higher pressure, a little bit more throughput. So it's going to be different, but a good plumber will tell you about all that. So I would reach out to your plumber and take some bids. Just say, how much does it cost?
Well, so far, first of all, there's a water softener right next to the inlet for the water heater. Is that not enough?
It's good. I'm not saying it's bad. And what that does is it removes the anions of calcium and magnesium and replaces them with the anions of sodium, which is good, but some of the stuff still gets through depending on how good your water softener is. You can try it with. I tell you what, try it without, and then see if it works. And if it does work, then you don't have to do the Easy Water.
Okay, cool. Okay. I will talk to my plumber. I just have one more question. Why is the high efficiency vented? It's got a power vent on it that goes out through the wall to the outside for the exhaust currently.
Yes.
Why is that water heater, to replace it, so much more expensive than just a conventional exhaust water heater?
It's because of all that other non-conventional stuff we put on top. We have to have a proving switch to make sure we have a good, clean source for ignition. We have to have safety cutoffs. We have to have all these things that were usually done just by a gas valve on the side of the water heater. You've got to have a fan to induce the venting. You have a lot more electronics, and all that garbage that sits on top of the water heater, it just costs more. It's the same tank, brother, the same glass line tank. Now, here's how you can make, in the future, if you decide to stick with that, what you'll want to do is replace the anode rod every 2 years, religiously. Okay. Put it on the calendar just like you would change furnace filters. But if you can replace the anode rod every 18 months to 24 months, that water heater will last you forever.
Okay, will do.
All right,
Thank
buddy.
you for
Hey,
your
listen,
help, Denny.
if you need anything, brother, reach out to me, Denny at WIBC.com, okay?
Will do. I appreciate it.
You betcha. All right, let's take one more.
Good stuff, Denny.
Yeah.
Look at you.
Look at Mr. Scientist there.
Can't take the plumber out of
No, you can't.
the plumber.
That's sort of what my wife says, Allison. All right, let's take Sweet Annie. Annie, how are you?
Hi, I'm fine, trying to keep warm. I really love Denny. I really love your dollars and cents segments, and I learned a lot from him. And recently you did one on the penny and rounding up. Yeah. And I always wanted to run this one by you and see if you've heard of this. I can't believe it. It should be illegal. I'm a little old lady that carries a change purse, so I always have my change out. I was in a store recently, and the clerk said 9.02, and so I tried to hand her the 2 cents. And she says, I can't take it. It'll be 9.05. We round up.
Ugh.
And I said, but I have the 2 cents. I understand if I didn't have the 2 cents to hand you, it's right here. And I can understand why you'd round up. And so some stores round down, but you're rounding up. I got it. And she said, no, it's company policy. We cannot accept it. We don't take pennies anymore. and we're rounding up to 905. And I said, that should be illegal. And she said, I know, I'm sorry. You know, you had said on your penny issue that some companies are making a lot of money.
It's exactly right. That 2 cents, you cannot believe. Yeah, Annie.
Have you heard them refusing to take your 2 cents?
Annie, I'm sorry. You can't fix stupid. And what has happened here is
You can't fix greed.
It's not greed, it's stupidity. You know, they don't want to mess with the pennies.
Well, why would they round up then?
Because
just eat it. Eat the 2 cents.
Well, you know, that's what you and I would do for sweet Annie.
I'm upset for Annie. Don't know where that came from.
That was the conscience. That was the little lady sitting on my shoulder being the conscience. Annie, I'm sorry. We're going to deal with this for a long time, but pretty soon they're going to get rid of the nickel. So then what the hell do we do?
I have heard that.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you. They say the nickel is next.
They're trying to drive us to all digital type exchanges. Here's a story, Annie, and you're old enough to have heard this too. Jane and I got married in the 70s, and I remember going to the grocery store. It was A&P, and we were at the checkout line in the early 80s, and I saw somebody pay for their groceries with a credit card. And I looked at Mackie and I said, God, those people must really be in trouble to put their groceries on a credit card. Well, that's how we all do it anymore. But they're trying to get us to a currency-less transaction environment. And whether they get it done or not, I think it's abysmal that they're doing that. If I had my way, the whole world would be on cash for 24 hours at least once a week. And I think that would straighten all this nonsense out.
Oh, yeah. They're trying to make us on the digital dollar, cashless society.
Absolutely.
The World Economic Forum. I am a conspiracy theorist.
Atta girl. Klaus Forum sucks.
I have been that way for, I believe in chemtrails because I can see them with my 2 eyes.
Atta girl. I can see them too. What's going on there?
And here's the thing. You're right. They're making you think you're wrong. But sweet Annie, you're not. You're spot on.
Not.
And anyway, don't let them talk you out of it, okay? I think we lost her.
Okay.
All right. That went well.
Thanks, Annie.
I thought it went well.
All right. When we come...
If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense.
If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. You can sense the frustration in people. You know, for goodness sakes, I have the exact change. Here's your $9.02. Well, we can't do that. We're adding 3 cents to it. Well, put that on the price tag, you knuckleheads.
Well, and then I feel bad for the workers who have to enforce the policies because I've been in those situations where I enforce policies that I don't necessarily agree with.
Well, yeah, and the chicken snot owner is sitting back in his cubicle watching all this on closed circuit TV and not standing up for his employees. I don't know. Get me started? I'm ready. Yeah. All right.
The
phone number, 317-239-9393. As you can see, we figured out a way to take your phone calls. So give us a call right here on 93 WIBC. You know, when I hear music like this, my soul is torn. I carry a heavy load of burden, of sorrow, not just from weather, but because I haven't been able to talk to JMV for a whole week. Oh. JMV, how are you, buddy?
Is he here?
Well, let me tell you about a heavy load, brother.
Set him up, he knocks him down.
I know. That was a high softball there.
Oh, man.
How are you, buddy?
Yeah, you know what? Honestly, you guys are the light at the end of a long week's tunnel.
Well, that's
every
good.
Saturday morning.
John, I always feel that way about Saturday. Take the burden off, but then I got to come in and work with Sullivan, and I don't know, somebody turned off the light.
Well, what's going on there? We all not getting along? Are we having a bad day?
No, we're having a great day.
It's been a great day.
Terry just went out to the courtyard and fed the birds with some peanut butter and grass.
With our craft.
Danny talked to an herbalist.
Yeah, love that.
John, we got to get you into the dandelion dandelion tea. It'll straighten out your liver.
Yeah, I need that. My liver is questionable, Denny. I can tell you that for sure. Yes, questionable liver.
Oh, there you go. A little bit of milk thistle, a little bit of dandelion, and a little bit of echinacea. We can straighten that puppy right up.
Denny, I've said before, in terms of what people say is best for me, I will inject or rub on anything they ask me to. Hey, and I'm not above, guys. I'm not above insertion either.
Wow.
If it comes to it.
He's a real health nut.
Hey, I've been saving a question for you, and you probably covered it on the show. I missed it on Thursday, but Belichick getting passed over. I've heard both sides of this, and I still am angry about Pete Rose making bad decisions, and they banned him for life. They should have let him come in when he was still alive. Are they going to, Belichick, yeah, he's a cheater. Yeah, he's a bum. Yeah, he's a scumwad. But he did win a lot of Super Bowls.
Yeah, I talked to Mike Chappell. Mike Chappell, CBS 4 Fox News Now, was a voter. He didn't cast a vote for Belichick. He cast a vote for the owner, Robert Kraft, and he explained that on my show on Thursday. And my thought is, yes, he deserves to immediately be in. But my other thought, Denny, was this. Why do people around here give a crap? Why are they so offended by this?
I know. No, I'm with you.
I got a reason why. You guys want to. My theory is this. There just want to always be angry or pissed about something.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
They don't really care about this. They don't care about whether or not he goes in this year, next week. It does not matter. He's going to go in. And I understand, Denny, why people care in New England. All right, in New England, you can care. But around here, the only reason you care is because it's something for you to crack yourself out of bed and be angry about immediately. And then after a 48-hour window, it goes away. That has to be it because nobody should care.
You should be a psychologist,
Nobody should care. He's right. You know what people are... Go ahead.
We were talking about heavy loads or burdens on the way in. I don't carry a burden or a load of getting out of bed and feeling like I got to be pissed off at the world every morning. All right? We're going to start new, and we're going to put our nose down, and we're going to work, and we're going to try to have as much fun as possible while we're here. And I don't ever understand how people are ready-made, unless it's stick, unless they're getting paid or they're grifting, because that's their particular opinion, and that's how people believe they are. But I think all that other stuff is crap. And I don't know why anybody around here would really care when that dude goes in. Yes, does he deserve it of it? There is no doubt. Should he be in right now? Absolutely. But again, why do people care around here? It's simple. Because you get up and you want to be angry about something and it's short-lived and you forget about it.
I appreciate your philosophy.
I'm with that, John.
So,
you know what people are really happy about, though? This is kind of neat. We're going to, the IndyCar is added a race.
Yes.
Washington, D.C.
In Washington, D.C., the Freedom 250, and I think that's super cool. They've not actually announced like the map of what this will look like. It's a street course, I do believe. Is that right, John? Has to be.
It is. It is. You guys want to hear a great IndyCar story really quick?
I do.
Off of that?
Go for it.
So here I am yesterday. I'm at because I'm a Goodwill guy, and I go to the Meridian Hills, the Nora Goodwill, and I'm looking for stuff, and I'm always kind of nosing around, and I come across these McLaren Formula One professional racing shirts.
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
My son Blake would love that. So I grabbed a couple, and I go up, and there still are two more were hanging as of yesterday. So I grab a couple, go up to pay for them, and I notice that it's stitched on the inside. It says Pato Award.
Oh, my gosh.
It was like 4 of Pato Award's McLaren shirts.
Oh, my gosh.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I love that story. That's a great story. Can I tell? Now Can I tell you a story? Okay. So there was a big auction of Indianapolis Motor Speedway memorabilia this past week. It was up at Earl's auction, and there was some pretty cool stuff in there, and it was pretty low price. And my sister texted me last night, and she said, "Well, I got something." And I said, "What'd you get?" And she got, and this is pretty cool. She got one of the gas pumps from Gasoline Alley. And it's pretty. Wow. I mean,
what?
This was what she wanted.
Yeah.
She bid on this. It's really cool. It's one of the gas pumps that you'll see right along in the garage area, and it's an old one. And now she's got it. She's picking it up today.
How much did she pay for it?
Not much.
Not much.
I think it was under $100.
How much did you pay for the shirts, John, with Pato Award?
I paid $8.
Oh my
$4.
There's 500 fans that just rolled over.
His name was stitched. His name was on the inside of the neck area.
What a great story,
Award.
John.
Yeah, unless somebody just stitched it in there for fun.
They're different too. because MasterCard is one of the sponsors, and I noticed that on the back of one it just says Team McLaren F1, and on the back of the other, they're orange, obviously. On the back of the other, it has a MasterCard logo.
That's so cool. And that was where, Nora? That was the Nora Goodwill?
It was Nora. And as of yesterday, I left 2 on the hangers. There were 2 more hanging there.
Man, not for long. No, those are going to be gone.
He must have changed
gone.
his shirts a lot. Hey, I got a question about the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
That's my choice for the Super Bowl.
Is this about the conspiracy, the superstition, the conspiracy?
They have. Wait a minute. No, they're my choice to win. What's this?
They're tied in with the Pope.
The Pope?
Every
The
time there's
Seahawks?
a Pope elected, a new Pope is selected, the Seattle Seahawks, they go to the Super Bowl.
No way.
Do they win? Hey, what do you think,
One-
John?
it's just getting there.
Am I off base thinking that Seattle's got this one?
No, you're not at all, because they can be dominant on both sides of the football. They weren't very good defensively in the NFC title game against the Rams, but they can be dominant on both sides. And did I hear this correctly? Is Sam Darnold, who's their quarterback, was his father the Marlboro Man? Is that true, or did I just dream that?
The father of the Marlboro Man. Okay, the Marlboro Man, he went through cancer. He lost his jaw. I remember him as a kid when we used to have cigarette commercials on television. And I can still remember the jingle and everything, but he had a cowboy hat, and he was a man's man. But he got cancer of the jaw, and he was a wisp of a man when he passed. But I don't know if that's the case or not.
Maybe I dreamt that, but I thought for sure, I'll have to look that up, that's what I was told.
Allison's
by somebody
looking
that
right
was the
now.
case.
Allison's looking up right
Allison
now.
can find everything.
But hey, Denny, in terms of your selection, there's not really too many connections about Central Indiana and the Super Bowl with these 2 teams, but there is a practice squad player that was signed back in October who plays for Seattle on the practice squad named Maxon Hook, that is from New Pal. Played collegiately at Toledo. His name is Maxon Hook, and he is from New Pal, and we're going to try to get him on the show next week. That is really the only relatable or connection here in Central Indiana that either one of those 2 teams have, other than maybe a sprinkling of Notre Dame players. Maxon Hook of Toledo and of New Pal was signed to the practice squad mid-season by the Seahawks, and that is one of the few connections. But no, I think you're on target right there with Seattle. And New England's going to find it hard to get any offensive traction if they're not careful. The only place I think where you could look out for New England to really maybe set a tone is just how they grind, because that's how they're coached. Mike Vrabel, their coach, is one of the better coaches in the NFL without question. So if they can hang, it's probably going to be because of the coaching that Mike Vrabel does, because you're not going to find too many better around the league.
Johnny, thanks for sharing time with us. You're going to be on air tonight, spinning the
I'm
platters.
going to be on there 6 until midnight, provided everything works. We'll find out when I get in there.
If anybody. Oh, and I understand the company's sending you out to the Super Bowl. I don't know how you snagged first class or business class, and they're sending you to.
Is that right?
Putting you up in the Ritz and everything.
No, they're not. Actually, I'm staying here.
Oh, I must have.
I'm staying here in the snow. Yeah, I'm staying here with you guys.
JMV from our sister station, best sportscaster we've got here in Central Indiana, probably in the Midwest. John, thanks for sharing us. Okay.
You got it. You guys have a great weekend.
You too.
I wish you could see these 2 ladies knitting beside me.
You can on YouTube.
No, I feel
Very
like I'm
embarrassing.
sitting next to Whistler's mother here.
No,
You're both in your rocking chairs, and off you go.
But look,
Well.
Allison's inspired Terry to get finished.
It is the
She was
Home and
kinda
Garden Show.
stalled for
When
a
we
bit.
come back, we're going to have a winter quiz for everybody, and even going to include Ethan. You know, Ethan's behind the glass there and feeling left out. Ethan, you get to answer the first question first, okay?
But Denny, I'm not good at quizzes.
Oh, then you can answer all of them first, okay? It's the Home and Garden Show right here on 93 WIBC. All right, shiver your timbers for about 4 more days. Jack Phipps has convinced me that we're going to be in the 30s sometime this week. Jack, have you got a Ouija ball or a ball or something, a Ouija board? How do you know this?
So at work, we have a very reliable coworker, and I believe he spends the majority of his free time studying the weather patterns.
Does he live in his mom's basement?
No, he has his own apartment now.
It's his own apartment. All right, so it's going to get warmer is what you're saying.
Yes.
Is
Well,
along
not looking outside. It's still
snowing.
Some snow coming down.
Well,
It's been
technically,
going all
warmer
morning.
is one thing, and then feels warmer is another.
I wish you
Yeah.
could have seen Allison. Allison was the first one in, and she was mad.
I
She
just
goes,
said,
"Have you seen this snow?" Oh, you were mad.
Excuse me?
You're breathing fire. All right. So, in light of the fact that this might be our last winter weather of the year,
That's not going to happen.
That's not going to happen. All right.
No.
So, here we have a winter quiz for you all. Okay. Central Indiana, below zero. We got a foot of snow. Cabin fever is peaking. Every yard looks like it lost the will to live.
Yep.
And so instead, I've got a quiz for you today.
Okay.
Looking out the window, let's turn the winter yard anxiety into some entertainment, home and garden style. You ready?
Ready?
Yes.
All right. So the theme is dead or dormant. This is why I say Jack's going to smoke this. But Ethan gets the first question. Ethan, it's the middle of winter. It's been below zero.
B.
Dead or Ethan. Your lawn is completely brown, crunchy, and looks like it hasn't been watered since October. Is it A, dead, B, dormant, C, personally offended by you?
I'm actually sticking with my answer. I'm
You're
going
B. That's really good. Yeah, Snark, if lawns actually died every winter, Indiana would be one big Home Depot parking lot.
Yeah.
All right, Jack. Question number 2. Your hostas have completely vanished. No leaves, no stems, just empty soil. No runs, no hits, no errors. Jack, dead, dormant, eaten by raccoons with a grudge.
Unless you come across the worst type of raccoon, I think we're going with B, dormant.
B, dormant. Allison, you want to jump in on this, or are you busy knitting?
Dormant.
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 Dormant, thank you. You guys are so busy with your pom-pom.
We'd like to get it done before we get out of here today.
Okay, I understand. Question number 3. I'm going to go directly to Allison like this because I don't think she knows what this is. Allison,
Well,
your boxwood looks brown, crispy, and regretful, especially on
I
the
don't think you're allowed
windy.
to say that to a lady.
Essentially on the windy side. Is it dead, dormant,
Rude.
or undecided, needs spring court date?
What was the question? I'm still on the brown.
I'm going to go back to
part of
Jack.
her.
He seems to be more...
the browning boxwood.
Yeah, the brown. Your boxwood looks brown, crispy, and regretful, especially on the windy side. Is it dead, dormant, or undecided?
You left it in the oven too long.
Needs
Crispy.
spring court date.
Undecided. Let's circle back in the spring.
That's exactly right. What is it, Jack? Is
You're
it
so good,
windburn
Jack.
or is it?
It's like he's one of the managers at a nursery.
How would he know all
Go
this?
figure.
He can't dare be wrong on anything.
So he's right. The correct answer is C. It's undecided. Boxwoods in February are basically saying, "I'll let you know in April." And Jack, is it windburn? Is it just freeze? What is it?
Most likely it's windburn and some cold damage. But a lot of times you won't even see that, I guess actually see the effects of that until it's not coming out of that winter burn.
Is it true that the boxwood is really an evergreen? I've heard it said that it's an evergreen, but it's the only one evergreen with leaves.
So it's an evergreen because it'll hold on to the leaf, but it can't drop its leaf
Forever.
and regrow where it's dropped. It just won't be quick.
All right, Terry Lynn, this question is for you.
Okay.
Your rose bush looks like a bundle of sticks someone forgot to throw away.
Sheesh.
Is your rose bush dead, dormant, or preparing legal action against winter?
Can I scratch it? Can I scratch the stem
Oh,
to
good
see if
tip.
it's
Your one
Wow.
lifeline.
Look at that.
Scratch test.
Yeah.
Okay, your lifeline is Jack.
Jack is
can
my
she-
lifeline.
So yeah, we'll do the scratch test.
Okay.
Where?
On the stem that's left on the trunk of the rose bush, right towards the base, and we scratch, and there's no green, no green.
Right.
It's all brown.
Yeah.
Most likely dead.
Dead. So what's your answer? Dead, dormant, or
It was. What was it? What was his problem? What was my problem with my?
your rose
browning
bush looks like a
boxwood.
bundle of sticks. You
Oh,
were
it
right.
looks like a bundle of
Oh,
sticks.
You've got to explore it and see if it's
R.I.P.
really dead. or
Okay,
not.
so yeah, I'm going to go with exploring to see.
That's pretty good.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Allison, back to you. You didn't get your real question. Question number 5. Your arborvitae
Real
is
question.
your arborvitae is turning browns and looks emotionally exhausted. That's browns. Bronze.
Relatable.
Is
Yeah.
it brown or bronze?
Bronze. So, okay, is it dead, dormant, or winter stress, but still alive? What do you think, Allison?
Bronze, I would say winter stress.
Look at Allison. That is correct. I am
well,
so
I was emotionally
surprised.
distraught. I feel like that's.
Yeah.
I felt related to that
Well,
one.
it's really not dead. It's just emotionally exhausted. You
Yeah.
know, arbs this time of year, they get winter
Poor
burn,
Arbs.
and nobody waters them in the winter. Jack, how much should we be watering those things?
Not a ton, but you do need to give them some water. Maybe twice over the course of the season.
All
If
right.
it's frozen
Now,
out.
this question,
Yeah.
Jack, I'm going to miss you on this one because Terry's talking about working in the grass. So here we go.
Okay.
Terry,
Mm.
you step on frozen grass and it snaps like a potato chip.
Oh.
Probably a Pringle. Is it dead, dormant, or plotting revenge for April?
Well, it's not that one. It's probably.
Ethan's saying he wants another question. You're coming. Your question number 7.
It was-
he
what
thinks
was he-
it's dead.
He's not getting enough attention.
Terry,
Yeah.
It said dead
Yeah.
and gone. It was a pretty good one.
Dead and gone. I have stepped on it and it was green.
It's frozen grass and it snaps like a potato chip.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's crunchy.
It's not dead.
Is it dead, dormant, or plotting revenge?
It's
for April?
dormant.
It's dormant. Good
Yeah.
job. That's why I was kind of nervous when you were
Thank
talking
you.
about, shoveling the snow for your doggie.
Yeah.
That can really cause. You'll have some dead spots. It'll just take longer to come back. It's not going to green up
Because I scraped above.
because you're walking on the dead grass or on the
You've
grass.
crushed the grass
Yeah.
that's out in the yard.
Oh, great. So that was a bad idea?
No, it's a great idea.
It's a great
I do
idea for the
same.
dog. It's just not a great idea for the grass. Of course, you're
You know
peeing
what?
on the grass, and the grass is getting the poops. So what else
Right.
could go wrong?
Right. Which
No.
are all good things for the grass.
That's right. All right, Ethan, back in the cage. Are you
Somewhere.
ready?
Mm-hmm.
Your evergreen needles are dropping, and you're Googling, is my tree dying at 2 a.m. in the morning? Is it dead? Is it dormant? Or is it normal needle drop?
Oh.
That's a loaded question.
That's right, Jack. Now, see, Jack knows the nuance of
Well,
this quiz.
Ethan knows also.
Yeah.
Ethan couldn't
All right,
find his
Jack,
in a
I'm gonna
well-lit
move-
room.
I'm going to move my mouth, but you talk, okay?
Okay.
All right, ready?
Your
One.
evergreen needles are dropping, and you're Googling, is my tree dying at 2 a.m.? Jack, via the seance with Ethan in the booth, is it dead, dormant, or normal needle drop?
Well, it depends, but I think he's going to say normal needle drop.
Ethan, do you agree?
Yeah, that was me.
That was actually him.
That was you.
His mouth
Yeah,
was moving.
evergreens shed needles the
something
way
different.
humans shed sanity in February. I mean, it happens this time of year, and sometimes the worse the winter, the more the needle drops.
Hey, Ethan, what if my bald cypress is dropping needles
Uh-oh.
in the winter?
Not your bald cypress.
Oh, that's a toughie.
I heard about her.
Yeah.
Could it be the only evergreen that is deciduous as well?
I don't
think
even know
it
what
is.
deciduous
He
means.
gave you the high eyebrow. That should have been your clue. Explain, Jack.
Deciduous means it drops its leaves in the winter and then can regrow versus
is-
evergreen, which is persisting.
Which is why the boxwoods are such a snark of sorts. You know,
Exactly.
they're really evergreens, but
You know,
Okay.
deciduous. They eat. They're meat eaters.
I got
Okay.
a little bit to go. No,
here's
still
here's
lost.
the lightning round. Who wants to take the lightning round?
Jack.
Jack?
Okay.
Here's the lightning round. Snow on plants, insulation or danger?
Well, depends. Danger.
Actually, it's insulation.
You were going to say insulation.
It is insulation. Well, it depends on you're right. It
Can't-
depends on how much snow. All right. Lightning round number 2. Jack, cold kills all bugs. True or false?
False.
Wow. Otherwise, we wouldn't have any bugs in the springtime.
Right. They can overwinter just like a lot of other plants can.
All right. Lightning round number 3. Jack Phipps, Allisonville Home and Garden by Sullivan. Number 2 to Sullivan in the studio. Winter wind is worse than snow. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, that's great. All right.
The biggest killer. of
Yeah, you know,
plants
and
in the
I
the funny-
believe that.
The funny thing about all this, just because it looks dead, it is not necessarily dead. Sometimes it's just dormant, and then sometimes you think it's just dormant and it's deader than a doornail.
So my sister just got a new house over in Boston, just outside of, and they moved in I think end of September. So everything is still dormant. They don't know what's alive or dead in their yard.
I
So we're
say-
all very excited to find out.
I always say that about politics on the East Coast. All right, just because it looks dead doesn't mean it's dead. Most of your yard is just dormant, conserving energy, judging you quietly and waiting for its chance in spring to embarrass you. So here's the moral of the story. Step away from the panic. Back away from the fertilizer. Do not fertilize in the wintertime. Your yard knows what it's doing, even if winter makes it look questionable. There you go. The winter quiz, folks. You did well.
Nicely
Danny,
done,
that was
Danny.
a good quiz. I enjoyed that.
I
You
enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, Jack's just sucking up.
I liked it because I knew a lot of the answers.
I was going to say.
And
like it 'cause you're good
really,
out.
that seance you had with Ethan, I've not seen that on radio before, but I thought that was well. That was
impressive.
All right.
We did it at the morning meeting.
All right. The speed round is coming up. We figured out a way to take calls, so this is your chance. 317-239-9393. It's 317-239-9393 right here on 93 WIBC.